Welcome back, guys, to Cinema Rewind, the show where we dive deep into the movies that made us scream, laugh, and sometimes question what the hell we just watched. This week is a special one. It's episode 11, and we're revving up our chainsaws to tackle not one, but two brutal entries into horror history. We're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003 and the prequel, The Beginning, from 2006. The 2003 remake came at a time where horror was finding a new voice in the early 2000s. Slick, gritty, and apologetically brutal. 3 years later, the prequel tried to pull the curtain on Leatherface's The Twisted Hewitt family. But did it give us that backstory to make him scarier, or did it strip away a little bit of the mystery? Joining me, as always, is one of my co-hosts. Unfortunately, Jordan couldn't be here tonight, guys, so sorry about that. He wanted to be here. He says hello. But we've still got Steven from After Hours Video. And today we've got a very special guest. Aaron's here to help us decide, do these movies still hold up, or are they just another Scream lost in the woods of Texas? So grab your survival kit, don't pick up hitchhikers, and let's get into it. We'll see you in just a second.
The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths. It is all the more tragic in that they were young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see, as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon became a nightmare.
Holy hell. If that didn't get you excited, I don't know what will. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that intro. I wanted to make something special for you before you get you a little riled up, right? Rev up those chainsaws and get you excited for this. So now that your blood's probably pumping, I hope it is, we're going to start bringing in our guests. And well, one of our guests and obviously our co-host. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Steven from After Hours Video.
What's going on, man?
Dude. Are you jacked up right now on Mountain Dew after watching that?
I definitely am. Listen, I'm ready to descend into the backwoods of Texas tonight.
Hell yeah, man. And now our special guest that we've promised. We've got Aaron from A&B Horror here. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like I've hung out with Aaron twice already, and awesomest, coolest dude, and just so excited to have him on. So let's bring him in.
Oh yeah, thanks,
Dude.
GC. Hi,
There
Steven.
he is.
This
What's
is
up,
going to
brother?
be amazing.
Dude,
I've been looking forward to this for days. This is awesome.
Man, it's been, I mean, obviously yesterday was the anniversary of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so it's only fitting to have, you know, kind of give everybody a breather for a few hours and then just get back into it the next day.
Oh yeah, we're full force.
Hell yeah. And now I didn't tell you guys this, but I do have a little special surprise. I might, you know, either probably within the next 30, 45 minutes or so, you'll find out what it is. But stay tuned. Got a special surprise. Very excited about it.
Is it Leatherface?
Imagine just jumps on randomly.
Can he use Restream?
He's just like slamming the keyboard. He's like,
Oh man, the anticipation. Hell yeah.
Now, I did want to do for the show format for you guys watching. I did want to try to switch it up a little bit, kind of keep it a little more organized, but obviously still have some that fun, carefree, or hair to the wind type personalities. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go in and go into the chat, say what's up to everybody, and then from there we want to go ahead and start doing an icebreaker, kind of keep it fun and mess around a little bit. But we've got,
Cool.
Oh, look who it
What's up,
is. Garrett, what's going on, buddy? Home slices. Oh yeah. I haven't heard that one in forever. Oh man. And then we got Steven from the movie Odyssey.
What's up, Steven?
Dude, I hope you don't have trouble sleeping tonight after that intro, man. I'm like wired. from
I know.
Yeah, you nailed that, man. That's awesome.
Dude, I spent like 4 hours just sitting here. Like I
Wow.
took both movies and I took every single clip. I had to watch them in like 10 times speed, like back to back. So I was just like clip, cut, clip. So I have them like memorized already.
Cool.
Right.
But it looks
All right.
good. Nicely done.
Thanks, brother. Now, so I think that's what we have for now in the chat. So I'm sure people are gonna start popping in any sec. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go ahead and do an icebreaker. Now, do you guys want a serious one or do you want a fun one?
Oh gosh, the pressure. You choose.
All right, I'm gonna play Russian roulette. So, what's scarier to you guys, Leatherface himself or the twisted Hewitt family pulling the strings?
Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, Steven?
I would have to say, I think the Hewitt family, just because, I think that they're kind of like the driving force for Leatherface. Like I always compared Leatherface to, he's kind of like the protector of the home, right? Almost like a junkyard dog. Whereas
Yeah.
like the family, I think behind the scenes, I mean, they're the ones who kind of, I mean, I think in a lot of ways he doesn't, fully understand what's going on. So I would have to say that they're probably like the scarier concept,
Absolutely. As a group, right? That's what's terrifying.
Yep.
Sort of a driving force. And especially in the prequel, I don't want to get into the movie just yet. But Leatherface or Tommy is almost like a puppet in
Yes.
many respects.
Yeah.
And that I think is the family then is even more frightening.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with you guys. I mean, I think the sheriff, he's way scarier than Tommy because, dude, I mean, that's the thing. It's like Tommy's like a puppy, right? He reminds me of my German Shepherd. He's just kind of there, and wherever you point, he's like a missile.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
usually keeps to himself and in his basement with his bodies and stuff.
His toys, right?
Yeah.
Busy sewing.
Now I do have one more for you guys, and
Love it.
out of the three of us.
Well,
do you-
GC, what do you think out of the two? Which one's
Oh no,
worse?
for me the family.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like for me the family because they're all like batch. I mean for sure, like the father and the uncle to me were
Okay.
the worst because the mom was really like I don't remember her killing anybody or doing anything to anybody. She was always kind of sweet, and she was more of like kind of making the connection for people and making the phone call and saying, "Hey, they're here, meet them there." But I never remember seeing her get her hands dirty, at least in these two movies.
It almost
No.
felt like a well laid trap. If you get in the proximity of the Hewitt family,
Yeah.
like everyone has different roles, and I would say to a certain extent, like the 74 original one is like that, just kind of on a smaller scale. But they definitely kind of open the scope of the family, and there's like more like moving pieces to how they get their victims.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it is true. It's like they were all like they were kind of like this little military unit where it's like one person's the distraction, one person's the communications. You
Mhm.
have somebody that cleans up the mess, and then you have the guy that's like orchestrating everything and kind of really doing the dirty work.
Yes, yes. And the mother is so sweet until
Yeah.
Yep.
you say anything mean or bad about her family, then sort of the crazy comes out. You don't want to mess
Yeah.
with mom.
Oh, it's
I would
terrifying.
say. Yes.
No, absolutely, man. That's the
Absolutely,
thing. It's
yeah.
like it's all like, butterflies and rainbows until you mess with the
Mhm.
boy, and then that's where that cycle comes out.
Yeah.
Now out of the three of us, because it should have been four, but unfortunately, like I said, Jordan couldn't make it tonight, so I did have to edit the question a little bit. But out of the three of us, who do you think would be either the final girl, the one who's killed first, or the person that makes the bad decisions and gets everybody caught?
I feel like I'd be the one to make the bad decisions. Just not, in the heat of the moment, just trying to figure out, kind of a game plan. I feel like the rush of adrenaline, maybe that intro to this video would have thrown me off.
Oh my gosh, what were the options again? Final girl.
So final girl, the person that gets killed first, or the person that makes the bad decisions that gets everybody caught?
Gosh, I don't know. I'd probably be the one that gets killed first.
Aaron's like, hey,
Well-
how's it going?
Yeah. Yes.
Man,
there you go.
I want to say that either I'm the first one killed by being distracted by something, because it happens to me all the time, where it's like I'll see a random animal or something, I'm like, oh, squirrel,
Yeah.
and I get distracted, chainsawed, and then or the final girl somehow. But it's only after watching these movies where I've like learned so much of what not to do.
Oh, 100%.
That's like, if I've seen these type of movies and I'm in that situation, I think I'd make it to the end. But without prior knowledge, I'd probably be screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I share a quick funny story? I was a sleepaway camp counselor when I was a teenager, and we had a reunion this summer, like last month. And I was doing an interview, and I said, I'm going to this. If you never hear from me again, you'll know why. And the consensus was, but no, Aaron, you'll survive because you know what not to do. If someone goes missing, don't go look for them. Don't just go to bed. Just get in the car and drive away. So, and great advice, and I'm here. So there you go. It worked.
Listen, that's a testament of your knowledge, man. You're prepared. Survivalist.
100%.
And thanks to this hobby too, man. I mean, like some people look down and be like, oh, you guys watch all these crazy horror movies. Like there must be something wrong with you. But all we're doing, it's just like you watch anything else, like a documentary. Like you're just preparing. So now it's like if you hear a crazy sound outside or like a sound of a blade, you know what to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Definitely.
What's up, Aaron?
Life lessons, right? We are learning life lessons through these movies.
Thanks, Leatherface.
Thank you for preparing me, giving me PTSD when I hear chainsaw.
Yeah. Thanks, Mama Hewitt.
and Steven, and something funny. So Erin was telling me, Erin's my girlfriend. She was telling me, she's like, man, the other day, because Steven, whenever her name pops up, you're like, oh, hey, Erin. And she was like, oh my God, they said hi to me on the live stream. And I was like, yeah, of course. And dude, that made her so happy. So I just want to let you know, dude.
Yeah, of course. Of course, always.
And then we got, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah.
Then we have Alexander.
What's up, Alexander?
Did you see the final girl? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that pop up.
Then we got, absolutely. It goes perfect together.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you throw in Steven and Chris's podcast along with it, you've got this video, you've got the audio, and then you've got the movie. I mean, what more could you ask for?
We're actually doing a ranking for the entire franchise, so I'm like pretty excited to see how both of our rankings stack up to one another.
Well, speaking of rankings, we're gonna go on to the next section, and I want to ask you guys, what was your first experiences watching the 2003 remake? You can go in any order.
Aaron, go ahead.
First experience ever. I saw it at in the theater, Boston Copley, the Boston Copley Theater. First time I saw it.
Oh, nice.
What'd you think, man? Like when you first?
I was blown away. I was blown away. It was so good. I mean, I love the original. The original doesn't really have any gore. It's funny you hear people say that, oh, it's the goriest film ever. And it's actually not. But this one, holy hell, they amp up the gore. They really push the envelope with it. I think the pacing, I think the kills, the story, everything is just perfect. The stars aligned with this one, and I would say it's one of the best horror remakes out there.
Yeah,
So
I would
yes, I
agree.
saw it in the theater, big screen, first time I saw it, and I
Oh, I'm
loved it
jealous.
immediately.
Man. What about you,
How about you
Steven?
guys?
I remember renting this, so I remember getting this, and I'd originally seen, like, I had seen the original one. Obviously, that one's a little bit more like toned down. Obviously, it's scary in its own way, but this one, I remember my brother and I watched it, and I was terrified. Like, it was just like right place, right time, and um, yeah, this one definitely holds a lot of like nostalgia for me. I would say between this and like Jeepers Creepers is the other one that came out like roughly around the same time. I remember watching both of them, and yeah, I was like super pumped to revisit this movie. So
Dude, man, like I'm trying to remember because for some reason my brain is like blank when it comes to how I saw it. I don't remember if I saw it on DVD or I saw it in theaters. I
mhm.
want to say theaters, but I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, same thing like Aaron's reaction. I was like, holy hell. I was like, what did I just watch? Like that was insane. And
Oh yeah.
I was too young to appreciate the cinematography,
Oh, it's so good.
except that
Mhm.
part where the girl shoots herself and like the camera goes through her head. That's something I'd never seen before, and I was just blown away by it. Um,
It's I think it's crazy because Daniel Pearl, the cinematographer for the original, came back for the remake, and
Yeah.
it's so interesting because it's not like he was trying to recreate what he did in the '74 original. It's like it's completely its own tone. The look to it is just gritty, but like gorgeous in a lot of
Mhm.
ways. Um, I don't know. It's definitely something really special.
oh, it is, man. I mean, you could tell too
For
the
sure.
difference between 2003 and 2006. Like the color of the film, like one of them's colder and the other one's a lot warmer.
Mhm.
I know for 2003, for me, it felt more like my experience was like, damn, this is like very cinematic. Like the deaths are very intense. This is very
Mhm.
cinematic and just very artistic. And now watching it again, like I watched it on Blu-ray. I haven't seen the 4K. But Chris, bearded film guy, he was telling me he's like it's and then Aaron, I mean I think you told me as well that it's like
I do.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice. I got the Arrow. Whoops, the Arrow editions
Oh
right here.
man.
Dude, I
Just came in, so perfect timing.
can't wait.
Oh
Fantastic. Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
get to
man.
watch both of them before prepping for this?
I did.
Ah,
Yes.
I'm so
I mean, I
jealous.
know the
Damn it.
'03 one so well. I've
I
seen it
know.
so many times. The beginning was interesting to revisit because it's been a while, to be honest.
That one took a while, I feel like, to grow on me compared
Mhm.
to the remake, and
Yeah.
I don't always feel like you necessarily need to, like, like, indulge in their origins, but this one I feel like
Mhm.
is, I mean, I don't know. I think it's welcomed.
Yeah. How do you so because that's another question I had for you guys. So how did the beginning compare when it was like released 3 years later? Because um I mean obviously they're the same universe, it's the same movie, essentially. Obviously one
Mhm.
taking place
Mhm.
beforehand, but you could tell that they went two different ways. Cinematography, tone, even like the death scenes, the characters. Like how did you guys feel watching the beginning after coming off that high from the first one?
Mm. I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't really put my finger on what doesn't quite work with the beginning. I will say I appreciate it more. It's maybe
Yeah.
gotten better with time. But there's something off with it. Like the tone is off. I feel like it hits all the marks, like the 2003 film, but there's just something amiss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
What are
about you?
your thoughts?
I okay. I like it for what it is, and
Mm.
and I would definitely say it's a lot better than a majority of the other, like, follow-up movies that we got in the franchise
Yeah,
for this.
that's for sure. Yeah.
So, it makes me at least appreciate, okay, well, I it can get worse, right?
Yeah.
Um, but for this one, I just don't always think that you need to put everything out on the table. Sometimes, like, less is more, and, to you don't necessarily need to overindulge in his origin, but again, if it's working within the confines of, like, these 2 films,
Mhm.
I think that it works as a companion piece, I would say.
Okay. Like I felt that, so I enjoyed it, and it's like Aaron said, like I enjoyed it for what it is, but I think what was missing from the film, because the Hewitt family, the actors were fantastic,
Hmm.
Mhm.
absolutely fantastic. The person that played
Yeah.
Leatherface, I mean, he reminded me of Jason, like back in New York, like that aggressive Jason where he's just
Yeah.
pissed and like just kicking a radio and all that. So he had that like animalistic in him, and I appreciated it. I loved it. He moved. He reminded me of the Friday 13th remake as well, where that Jason just like he's
Mhm.
fast, he's scary, and he's just like violent. But what I felt like was off was the actors. Like, so I felt like the kids that they had, like Jordana Brewster and all them,
Hmm.
I just felt like they weren't really, I don't know, they didn't make sense. Like it just felt like everybody's acting was top notch, but then theirs were kind of, it was okay. And then I did notice
Yeah.
too the blonde-haired kid, right? The brother
Yeah.
in the prequel, he looks exactly like the kid from the 2003 movie, but without the beard. Like if you look at them side by side, exact same haircut, exact type
Mm.
of personality, but without the beard.
I like I will say with the beginning, I do like the angle where you have one of the brothers who's about to return to Vietnam, and then the other one's trying to dodge the draft. I
Yeah.
thought that that was an interesting angle because, I mean, especially for, a horror movie, and obviously, a Texas Chainsaw movie, no less. But I think it's like an interesting take on where the story can go. Kind of gives it more like that, those relationships within the movie. I think it works really well amongst the group. You can definitely tell that they're kind of at an impasse with how they see things.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like especially like you could tell the brothers, like they felt like they were brothers.
Hmm.
That's one thing that I did like especially that
Mhm.
scene where he's doing the push-ups, and you could really see
Yeah.
that pain where his brother's like screaming. He's like, "Get up!" Like that was a tense scene,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
yeah, like those parts were good. It just I don't know, man, like Jessica Biel, man, like like I felt like she killed it, because I mean somebody commented on here too, where I want to actually pop that up. Let me see here. Where did it go? Somebody commented that Jessica. Oh, here we go. Yeah, because it's true. It's like she was known from shows like Seventh Heaven and Playing It Safe,
Yep.
and then you see her in this movie, and she's like screaming and fighting for her life, and it was like, man, like that was incredible. Like she convinced me.
She definitely felt like she was making a push to kind of shed that image that she had
Mhm.
from being on, I would say, more of like a family friendly TV series like that. So it felt like that there was like a little bit more sex appeal with this
Yeah,
film, and
Mhm.
um, I think that I think she definitely is one of like the high points in the movie. Um, and then I think Ermey in both films definitely kind of carved out his own role for both
Mhm.
the remake and the prequel.
yeah. That he he
Yeah.
he was
Absolutely.
fantastic. Like that guy was amazing.
He's just a fantastic actor, and I love in the prequel, it's like he's trying to figure out what his role is as the Sheriff Hoyt.
Yep.
But then in the 2003 remake, he's like crafted his sheriff, demeanor
Very
and
manipulative.
and
Yeah.
yes, oh my
Hmm.
gosh, that one scene in the car when he smashes the bottle against that kid's face,
Oh
um,
man.
that's just shocking. It still gets me every time, even though I know it's about to happen. I
Yeah.
still like, oh my gosh,
This the
it's so
the
good.
part where he knocks the tooth out and then he like compares like when he pulls he's like, we're not like basically we're not so different now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh. Um, I think you guys touched on something that I've never really thought about. The chemistry between the young kids in the remake just works, right? They seem like a group of friends. They like each other. It makes sense. They're sort of a group of kids you'd like to hang out with and party with, let's say.
Yeah.
Go see Leonard Skinner with. Um,
Hell yeah.
the beginning, the four of them, I don't know. They just don't seem like they seem like they're just sort of thrown together. And I hear what
Well,
you're saying about the Vietnam story and like burning the draft card and everything, but it kind of this time around it kind of felt a little forced to
yeah.
me.
That's fair.
Like, what else could they have come up with? Because I know it's timely. It's 1969. I wonder if there was something else they could have come up with as a storyline.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, they're going to see Leonard Skinner, right? Aren't they going to see a concert? Is it Leonard
Yes.
Skinner? And they're
I think it
selling
was.
the drugs.
I think it was Leonard Skinner because I remember at one point the sheriff, when he hits him with the bottle, and then he's like, "What were you gonna do with those tickets now?" And he's like, "Well,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
have
of course, yes.
them."
I don't know where I was going with it, but yeah, just the chemistry between the actors and the beginning just doesn't quite work.
I feel like the remake, that group of, I guess you could say, like, I mean, they seem like they're older than teenagers, but I would say
Sure.
that group of, like, our protagonists, basically, they're a little bit more relatable. Like you said, you could probably hang out with a group of like friends like that. Whereas, like, in
Mhm.
the beginning, I'm like, I can't really relate. I'm I'm not
Yes.
thankfully I'm not getting
Yes.
drafted, you know? So
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like I can't relate to you guys on that one. And it felt, you know
that's
what,
true.
the beginning felt that it was very sexualized, very quick compared to the 2003 release because the remake. Because if you see the remake, obviously they're overdoing it with Jessica Biel every chance they get with the close-ins and like her running
Mhm.
and just like the lighting hitting her a certain way. But
Right.
it was very it wasn't like over the top. It was pretty tasteful, but then with the beginning, it was like right off the bat, the scene in the hotel room, right? Like they just
Mhm.
start off the movie with that, or with him like
Yeah.
trying to run his hand on Jordana Brewster, and it just felt it almost felt like a B movie in the beginning until you see that wreck scene where the car flips over like 40 times, and then it starts kind of like getting tense, and you're like, holy hell, like
Oh,
okay,
that's
yeah,
insane. Yes. Well, can I just say something there? Because the tone, you're right, it
yeah,
starts out with those sexual moments. That doesn't really work either if they're driving across country for them to go to Vietnam, to go off to war. Um, it just like there's a disconnect, right? Do you know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yep.
Um, and I thought the whole like when they talk about how many kids they're gonna have, I just thought that's a little too cute, I guess. I don't know. He's like his arms ripped open and he's dying on a table and
no,
Are
I
you telling me
talking
that
about
that's not the conversation you would have?
yeah, yeah.
that's something too that I felt like the survival instincts of a peanut, where it's like the the to me the prequel, like all these actors, it just didn't feel realistic because every decision that they made, it was just to get caught, pretty much. And like the remake, all these people were genuinely just like they were trying to survive, but even making the decisions. But then it's true. It's like when he's laying on the table, I felt too like with casting is very important with these type of films, and
Mhm.
sometimes when you cast somebody that's too clean and like you were saying like too pretty, it could take away from the film, and that was something that's like it's hard to focus, like when his arms are all cut open because he's a good looking dude and he's just laying there. His face looks pretty cleaned up. Like he doesn't look like,
Mhm.
besides his arms being cut open, he doesn't look like he's been like his face is all
It
beat
it
up.
it feels less relatable, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like he got punched in the face a bunch of times by Leatherface, and you're telling me he doesn't have a purple eye or like bleeding
Right,
from his
right.
nose. He's just there, he's like, "Oh, how many kids are we gonna have?" And it's like, "No, get me the hell out of here. I can't feel my
Yeah.
hands."
Yes, yes, and a missed opportunity with his death. I'm sorry to jump in again.
No, go for it.
They killed him and then he takes his face off. What if they had taken his face off while he was still alive? I mean, it's like,
Dude,
Oh,
but
I
that would have been
d
something.
there's definitely between both movies, I will say that there's more movie or, like, movie moments I felt like were very uncomfortable, and I remember even with
Mm,
the '03 remake,
mhm.
that scene where I hold on, oh my gosh, who's the guy who's running Christian, come on, man, you don't wanna live in
Who gets his
Tulum?
leg cut off?
what's up,
Yes,
Christian?
Mike
um,
Vogel, his name is Andy.
yes.
I got some notes here.
Okay, so he's right. I don't know why that scene when I saw it for the first time,
Mhm.
my stomach just dropped when I saw it because it's just such a gnarly scene.
Yeah.
And
Oh, with the sheets billowing,
yeah,
it's
and it's
fantastic.
it
It's
builds
so
the
good.
tension up. Like now I can watch it and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's not as bad. But back then I was like, dude, I might throw up.
Dude,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was brutal, man. Some of those moments were like like when he's
Yeah.
like when he's hanging up from that hook in his spine and he's stepping his toes on the piano and he's trying to get and like the guy's trying to take himself off, and every time he lifts himself and he falls back and you hear it
Mhm.
impale him even more. I was like, oh
Yes.
man,
Yes.
that's
He's like, just kill me.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that one scene when he's running through the sheets, right? And he's being chased every time. It's like, maybe he'll get away this time.
I know.
yeah.
I
And
know.
never fails, unfortunately.
It was just interception. Lost a leg.
Can I just point
Yeah.
out one quick thing between both films? The score by Steve Jablonsky for both the remake and for the beginning is perfection. It's like the glue that I feel like brings these two movies together. And definitely I feel like as far as like composers, a little underappreciated.
No, the sound design was fantastic, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
even like
agreed.
when you hear the droplets of the water, like in the basement, like if you have the right sound system and you hear the atmosphere, you hear everything going on, like you could hear the dirtiness of that house, almost like so to speak. So it,
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you guys before we get deeper into the Hewitt's house. So what do you guys think is more imposing? The 74 home that the Sawyer family is in, or the home that the Hewitt family is in for the '03 remake?
man, I want to say the '03 for me.
Yeah, because the '03 doesn't even look like a real home. It's like something out of a theme park, this menacing
The pigs
giant,
in the
right?
living
Giant
room.
structure. And what I guess I would say what's maybe scary about the original is that their house looks just like any house you could come across. It's
Yeah,
very unassuming. The
Yeah.
house in the remake looks like I'm gonna get killed if I go in there.
it gives you the vibe for the '03 remake that there's like nobody around. Like you end up out there, you're
Oh, for
fucked.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. There's that. Yes.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up, Stephen, because one thing too I want to talk about is kind of like the tone, right? Because then you have one that's kind of gritty music video horror style, and then you have one that's kind of like raw documentary feel, kind of like
Mm.
an original. Like, what did you feel between the two films? What cinematography did you guys enjoy more? And
Oh,
also like color tone between like warm and
oh,
cold.
it's '03 remake hands down. There's just something. Well, I just like
Yeah.
Daniel Pearl as a cinematographer, but
Mhm.
I think that look that they're going for with it, it feels like that kind of defined a lot of other films that came after it during that time frame, almost in a way kind of carried over to I don't know, like a lot of the other horror movies that we got post Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, no, it's true. What about you, Aaron? What do you think?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
I got
no,
distracted by the comments.
no, sorry. I'm still learning how
That
to
never
like pop
happens
them
to me.
in.
Okay, go ahead. What was the question again? My apologies.
So no, I was thinking like, how did you feel between the cinematography for the 2003
Oh,
and
right.
2006?
Yes.
Which one did you
Well,
like more?
okay, yes. Obviously 2003, I would say I would go with that too. Although the beginning, that one scene after he kills the manager at the plant and
Hmm.
he's walking down the road and it's like daylight horror and he's holding
Yeah.
the it's not a chainsaw, right? At that point, I forget what
No,
he's
it was.
holding.
Yeah. No, he
Was
did
it a
have it.
chainsaw?
That's when he
Or
first like took it.
okay. That's beautiful. It's like
Yeah.
a work of art. And then sort of at the end, when he's walking away into the shadows, like it sort of it's a I don't know, it's a nice contrast to the that earlier scene.
No,
But I would say the 2003 remake, the cinematography is better.
well now I'm gonna make it a little harder for you guys.
Oh
How do you
God,
feel
Oh shoot.
between
he's gonna throw
the
us on the hook.
what, what do you guys feel? And also, whoever's watching,
Or the
comment below.
freezer.
Let us know. In the freezer, that's right. In the tub full of old, dirty water.
Oh
Like in the
gosh, yes.
Uh,
Why
so.
would you hide in there? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, was he hiding? And
No,
I
no. In
just
the beginning, Jordana Brewster's character hides in that pool of
the
that's
bloody
sludge.
okay.
pig
Yeah.
water. Yeah, pink sludge.
Oh,
Keep going,
God,
man.
that's how you get tetanus. But so with the cinematography, since we're on that, for Daniel
Mhm.
Pearl's return, what's your favorite shot? Right? Is it the 74 or 2003 remake? Which
Oh,
ones did you enjoy more?
74. There. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
reason being is that there's so many iconic shots in that, and that's not to take away from the '03 remake, because I think that that's like a very like a steep hill to climb if you're trying to top the original movie. But I like that he didn't try to just recreate that. He did his own thing and left his own mark on that movie. So it's like I can appreciate both of them, but '74, I mean, there's like, you go back and in that movie, there's so many gorgeous shots. Like
Yeah.
there's just even
Oh, yeah.
yesterday, everyone was putting screenshots up and whatever. But I don't know, just makes me really appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Someone just said the swing shot when Pam
Yep.
gets off. That's her name, right? Or is that the actress' name? Anyway, when she gets up off the swing and walks toward the house, and then even like in Cabin Fever, Eli Roth tried to
Yep.
recapture that moment. It's
Yeah.
iconic. So it's I would have to go with '74 too, because for the gritty nature and he was a true talent. But what I do like with the remake is that as an artist, you can see how he evolved and was
Yes.
trying new things, taking it to another level. And Stephen, I think you spoke to that a little bit.
I will say, and you guys can probably attest to this, that the gunshot sequence in the beginning with the girl that gets away from the Hewitt family's home,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, at least for the time, that's a very unique style shot. I mean, it's terrible, obviously, what
Yes.
happens, but um, I can't name too many other movies who have like actually done something like that.
It's fantastic, and it
Hmm.
stays with you. And you know what's funny? If you ever watched the show Lucifer, that teenage girl is the lead actress in the TV show Lucifer,
Oh,
um,
wild.
Lauren German.
That was
So when I
her?
rewatched it, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's the same woman from Lucifer."
Are you serious?
Uh,
That's her. Dude, I did
the
not even
detective. Do you
recognize
remember?
her.
Did you ever watch the show?
Yeah, I love that show, man. I had
Yeah,
no idea that was her.
that's her. She blows her brains out in the
What?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake,
What a
and
what a memorable
then fights
appearance.
Lucifer. Yeah, for sure.
She didn't do too bad.
She did it,
No,
man. That
no.
one, like, she needed that one scene, and then she ended up being on an awesome, like, show. Like, Steven, have you seen Lucifer?
I feel like I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've ever actually watched it all the way through though.
It's
Gosh, I
freaking
don't know if I've
hilarious.
seen every episode or every season, but it was kind of fun, silly, kind of fun way.
Oh, we got My Fair Shots remake. Yeah,
Oh, that's gnarly.
that was
Oh
so
yes.
disturbing.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
And the look on her face when she
Yeah,
realizes.
when you see his eyes through the face, and it's just, oh my god, it's horrifying. Imagine waking
Mhm.
up like, for some reason you just see that staring at you. It's like, yeah, I'm screwed.
Well, I think that's the thing that you see in both of these movies is that there's a little bit more like they can be more graphic with
Mhm.
the skinning and him making like the new masks and things like that.
Yeah,
Whereas in the original one, I mean, you're really only seeing, I think, 3 variations of the mask that he
Yeah.
uses in that one at least. But
Mhm.
um yeah, that scene is, I don't know, very uncomfortable.
yeah. And I have, which I wanted to ask you guys about this too. Like, what how did you guys feel about the prequel? Did you feel that it was important to, like, give, like, the details, like giving Leatherface a name and really explaining every single thing, or do you feel like the kind of not knowing made it even scarier?
I think it's not the not knowing. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think if I think it works for these 2 movies because they're obviously trying to do something different, but
Yeah.
I've
Mhm.
always felt like you go back and you look at like Michael Myers with like the Rob Zombie films, there's a part of me that doesn't really feel like I don't need the backstory. Like it's almost scarier to not know anything about why they are the way they are. I mean,
Yeah.
if the '74 movie, that is these teens unfortunately stumble upon this home that they're not supposed to be at, and it's just like the worst imaginable outcome possible. I don't need to know any names for that. Like,
Yeah. They humanized
Mhm.
him too much to me. Like, I felt
yes.
like he was just such a monster
Yeah.
to me all the time, and now I feel bad for him. I'm like, he's like, watching him being born, like him growing up, seeing baby pictures and stuff, and it's just, it took away from the element of, like, what's that boogeyman? Now it's like he's a person.
It
Mhm.
humanizes him a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really add anything to the story, right? The
No.
beginning sort of feels like it's going through the motions of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Um, I don't really know how else to describe that. It's just like, okay, now they're at the house. Now they're going to start dying. Here's some torture. Here's the chase scene. Here, here's the dinner scene. Here's the chase scene.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt like that. And I hear what you're saying about the Rob Zombie Halloween. I think they spent way too much time in the beginning developing Michael Myers as a child, and it wasn't. I don't know. I thought it was too much.
Yeah, and I know GC and I were talking about this about the Rob Zombie movies, but I think once he was allowed to be able to do what he wanted to do,
Mhm.
or his own take on
Mhm.
everything, once it starts falling in line with like the John Carpenter film and then onwards to the second movie, that's where I feel like it really shines. A lot of the stuff in the very beginning of it, some of it I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know, I
Mhm.
like these movies, but I don't know if I needed that much in-depth
Yeah.
origin.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't, like you have movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Where the origin story makes sense. It's kind of cool to see how Freddy became, where he was still a monster. But when they kind of almost when they make you feel bad for the killer, it's like American Psycho, right?
Yeah.
You watch
Mhm.
him be the way he is, but it doesn't show you how he became that way. So to you, it's like this guy's just psychotic. But imagine they made him a story where he's like he was beat up as a kid and this and that. Then it's like you no longer fear. You have that fear watching the movie where it's like, are they going to escape this and that? Now the whole time you're also thinking, man, poor guy, like it's bad
Mhm.
what he's doing, but then I still kind of feel bad for him, and then who ends up being the bad guy in these films? It's like more of their upbringing instead of the actual monster.
The
Um,
product of their environment.
exactly. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Exactly. Oh, we have somebody new. I haven't seen this account before.
What's up, Bilal?
Hello.
Um, I will
Hey,
say
man.
the one thing that I liked that they added to the '03 remake was that they made like Jordan mentioned earlier, the compound or the home feel like its own character, right? Because
Yeah.
it's so much more fleshed out. Because you have the
Mhm.
slaughterhouse that's on it's somewhere in the proximity. It just feels like it's like once you're there, you're trapped. Like it's just so far removed from the rest of Texas. Um, it's just a very scary concept. Whereas like the '74 movie, no knock on it, but it just feels very like confined.
No, absolutely, man. It
Mhm.
feels it feels very claustrophobic too because there's so many trapped. Like it felt like there was so many doors
Hmm.
opening that you didn't know where somebody was going to come from.
Yes. Oh, for sure. I do like in the beginning how she runs, right? Jordana, I think is it Jordana? Is that how you say her first name? Where
Yeah.
she runs away and she's like, "There's nowhere to go,"
Yeah.
because she gets to the road and then she runs through the woods more, and then she can't even find her way back to the house.
That's so
Um,
scary.
so scary when she's like, "I think it's around here somewhere." Um, And I
I
love the biker guy. He's been in so many things, but I remember him from, um, oh god, what was it? The Weird Science TV show. He was the
Oh,
doofy older brother. Do you remember that in the
yeah,
90s?
vaguely. Yep.
Um, anyway, so it was cool to see him pop up. He's been in like countless films
dude,
and TV shows,
I've seen him in a yeah, like I've seen him in he's always
like
that
everything.
he has
Yeah,
that
he's
face
the
where
guy
he's
in
in everything.
everything.
And
Yes.
the way he dies too, I just felt like I liked his I didn't so one thing and I'm glad you brought that up, man, because something that really bothered me, it's
Mm,
like I just felt like it was a real kick in the crotch for me, was the fact that this guy, he the entire time he doesn't like he doesn't realize his girlfriend is missing, and all of a sudden it's like Jordana Brewster is like, "Hey, by the way, your girlfriend," and he's like, "Okay, where is she?" And he's there like
where is
she's like, "Oh,
she?
they
Yeah.
took her and this and that," and he's just nonchalant walking in there, like, and like, man, I don't know, I if I walked in there and I'm sure the house smells horrible, and with all the stuff going
Mhm.
on and what she's telling me, I'd go in there guns blazing at that point.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that he tries to fight Leatherface, and then Leatherface looks like he's like 6'7" compared to him, and he's like 300 pounds,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're just fighting. I'm like, yeah, there's no chance you're gonna survive, dude. You should have just shot him.
Absolutely. He was kind of a badass, but then just dumb. Um,
Yeah, he was like a
And what happened
jock.
to the rest of the biker gang? There's like this menacing biker
Yeah,
gang, and then he's just off riding by himself maybe looking for his girlfriend or heading to a concert or who knows.
Yeah.
But you're right. If she hadn't come in that moment, would he have just, rode off into the sunset on his Harley Davidson?
Yeah, he was just in that street riding alone. And a quick segue to that, because we have someone here that's riding alone right now, but not anymore. And this is a surprise I wanted to show you guys. So you might recognize his face, you might not, but we love him either way. Chris, the bearded
Oh,
film
what's
guy.
up, man?
What's up, guys?
Dude,
It just felt like, you know what? Like Chris, you between the podcast episode, between the posts, I was just like staring at them and I was like, dude, this is who we need. I want to surprise everybody and bring him on.
this is a
here.
welcome surprise.
I watched both of these last night because my 4Ks arrived yesterday.
Oh, stop.
We were talking
looked
about
Don't
it.
do this to me.
Mhm.
They look phenomenal, by the way. Like really shocked at how good they look. Like Aaron, I imagine you watched them already,
I did, yeah. Oh, they're fantastic.
dude.
I love
Oh,
the slipcover artwork, and then the OG, like the flip side's got
Oh.
the original posters. Yeah. I know, it's very cool.
dude. Daniel Pearl's cinematography for 03 looks so good, man. They did a
Incredible.
beautiful job.
We were talking about that last night, like with me and Chris, where he was sending me like a picture from the 4K because I'm still here in the early 2000s watching Blu-rays, but the way they lit up the house,
GC, be kind to yourself.
man, it's incredible. Like incredible the way they create that atmosphere where you see them sitting outside from a distance. You see the almost like that smokiness, that fog, the texture in the air, and it looked beautiful.
Okay, so Aaron and Chris, you've obviously seen both of the 4Ks. Do you
Mhm.
feel like both of them delivered for each of them, like as far as like what you were expecting for the transfer?
Yeah, I think they look fantastic. I mean, it's kind of tough with 4Ks for newer film because I consider these newer films. So
Yeah.
they're going, even a Blu-ray I think would look fantastic because I have copies of the Blu-rays too. But I mean, I thought it looked beautiful on my 4K television, and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sold. I don't know if it's psychological or not, but yes, it's amazing.
I definitely noticed like it's significantly better, especially 03.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
in my opinion, significantly better. I did notice though in 03, and Aaron, I don't know if you did, I noticed a lot more out of focus shots
Mm.
this time around.
Maybe a little
Like,
bit. Yeah.
When the biggest one I noticed is when Arlie Ermey's talking to Jessica Biel through the window of the van when he finds the weed. And
Yes.
Jessica Biel is completely out of focus. Like there's no focus point. And I was like, I actually thought
Oh,
there
I
was
missed that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
Is
actually
it
thought there was
Madman
like
level out of focus?
like it I wasn't looking for it,
Okay.
but I noticed it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I was like, oh, and then there was another shot when they find Jedediah that was out of focus enough that I was like, oh, I never noticed that was out of focus. I was like, huh. Weird how that happened.
What part was that? Was that when he like runs through the screen?
No, it's when they're talking. It's when they're talking to him right after they find him and he's telling them how to get to the sheriff's house.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was weird. Like, and I don't look for that stuff. No, I know it doesn't fix focus, but I never noticed it before.
Brian, reveal yourself.
You never
You
noticed
know
it
what I mean?
being out of focus. I wonder if it's out of focus if you watch like a Blu-ray or even a. I
didn't
don't
notice
know, I
that on
wonder
the
if you would
Blu-ray.
see it.
It could have been
Mm.
something I just picked up, like because I was paying extra attention to that moment,
Yeah.
you know. But it was just an odd little thing.
You see Chris with a ruler
I'm gonna
just
go
measuring
back.
the pixels.
I know. Now I'm curious.
I'm gonna go
like,
back and check it out.
Please.
03 was shot on 35, right? Yeah, it was.
Man.
Because
think they
I
were shot
spent
on
4
35.
hours going through every scene of both movies, and I was like, man, I had them like freaking embedded in my head now.
Let me
That's
ask you guys
funny.
though, and I feel like I'm not
Mhm.
like intruding on the conversation, right? That was already happening.
Mm.
Listen, you're Leatherface's mom, from what I see here. So,
Oh my god.
like,
Chris, you don't deserve that. That's what you see.
I didn't do that to him.
No, that was me. I did that. I was telling my wife last night that I said it's funny how, and more so for the beginning than 03, but it's funny how both of those movies are nowhere near as effective as the original, yet they're so much more violent and so much more sadistic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just thought that was so interesting. I was like, because there's always been that disconnect between what makes the original so great and then the new movies, which are more violent, they're meaner,
Yeah.
and they just don't hold the same weight. I didn't know if you guys felt the same way.
Right. Man, I know for the new one for 2006, I didn't feel like it was just, it felt like a B movie to me. There was moments where I was like, okay, that's pretty awesome. But to me, 2003 was like, man, that was cinematography, like the sound design, especially the shots where he opens a door out of nowhere behind them. Like those are like that movie to me felt like scary. Like I was like, man, like I'd be so screwed in those situations. I vaguely remember the original, so it's something I have to rewatch to compare. But I do know that because of the cinematography of 2003 and also the color tone of it, it just felt more darker and just grungier and colder at the same time, and not like the
Mhm.
2006 where it was warmer and very like it's nothing scary during the day compared to like Leatherface at night.
The beginning felt more
Mm.
like it was closer in tone to the original movie, like as far as like the kind of the color palette, that warmer feel to it. Like it's still gritty, but 2003, it kind of has its own like GC was saying, it's a very cold, gritty feel. It's very like polar opposite to I think any of the other movies.
Interesting. It's
Well,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead, Aaron.
I was just going to say that what's fantastic about the original is that, and we did talk about this already before you joined, Chris, is that it's what you don't see. Like you
Mhm.
don't see the gore,
Yes,
but you think you're seeing the
Yeah.
gore, and clearly they made a decision with the '03 remake. Let's go for it, right? Let's show all. We're going to make a really gory film. So there's really not. I guess there's nothing left to the imagination with the remake
correct.
like there is with the original.
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating when people think, oh, the first is so gory, but it's really not. It's
Yeah.
all what you think you see.
I mean,
Well,
oh, go ahead, Chris.
no, I was just gonna say, funny enough, I actually thought when I first started watching '03 again, like I don't know, 5 years ago or whatever, when that was like the longest time it had been since I'd originally seen it. I actually thought that was gorier too. Like I thought when they hung what's his name on the chandelier and cut up his crotch, I thought you saw
Oh
that.
god.
Yeah.
I
Yikes.
also thought you saw I'm terrible with names. The other hitchhiker when she dies with the feathers, from the jacket. I
Yeah.
thought you saw more of
Yeah.
that. So there's almost like these extreme bursts
Mhm.
of violence with the gunshot wound and with everything in the basement, where you actually see the hook going into the back.
Yeah.
Also, like my wife pointed out, when she had never seen it before, but when he puts God, what's his name? Who's the dude in the tank top? Is that Mike Vogel?
It
Is
is
that that
Mike
act-
Vogel. Yes.
Yeah.
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 When Leatherface puts him on the ground, she's like, "There's blood just squirting out of his leg." Like he's just sitting there and it's just squirting out, and we never noticed that before. So it's like little things like
Mhm.
that I was like, "Oh, I never saw that. Oh, I never paid." But I thought
Mm.
also there was more than there was.
Yeah.
I like that you at least get. I mean, I guess depends on the tone you want, but like I feel like it's like the best of both worlds. If you want the more like scaled back, subdued, kind of like the original
Yep.
Halloween, then go with the 74. If you want something that's like if
Mhm.
you're just looking for carnage candy, then I would go in the '03 remake, or we were talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween earlier. I guess it
Mhm.
depends what you're trying to get out of the movie, but I think
Yeah.
I can appreciate on a different level the more subdued and implied violence.
What's
Mhm.
interesting is if you watch both of these movies back to back, '03 in the beginning, you can actually see the evolution of like the torture porn
Yeah.
influence because
Mhm.
'03 arrives right before that blows up, right before high tension hits the market, right before the French New Wave extremity really lands,
How
right? So we're
Yeah.
so?
not yeah, we're
Mhm.
not in the full bore like we have the same year as Cabin Fever. We're not full bore into the torture porn subgenre yet. But then '06, the beginning is full on like nonstop torture, dude. That movie is endlessly sadistic, man. And going from,
Mhm.
mind you, yesterday I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and then I watched 03 and the beginning. So going from
sounds like you
03
missed one in between there.
I skipped a few. All right.
Oh.
I couldn't.
A
Oh my
personal
gosh.
favorite, right?
Matthew
In that
McConaughey.
exact order, is that how you watch them all?
Going from 03 to the beginning was like, whoa, this feels like we're in a totally different era of horror filmmaking here. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
mean, dude. So
Well,
mean.
Do you guys feel that because of this movie coming out and the tone and cinematography that it had, it kind of inspired that remake wave where we had like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street remakes? Or do you feel like that was just kind of it was bound to happen?
I think this one kicked it off. I mean, after this, you got Halloween, you got Friday the 13th. Unfortunately, you got Nightmare on Elm Street, and but like I would say as a whole, I mean, there were. I wouldn't ever say that they were like top tier horror movies, but I will say that there were more hits than misses. At least the ones that I tend to go back to. But this one felt like it kicked it off.
Platinum Dunes. I
The
mean,
03 one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, for
Platinum
sure.
Platinum Dunes literally laid the foundation for it. I mean, they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then they did Amityville Horror.
Oh, that's right.
Friday the 13th, and then Jonathan Liebsman, who directed The Beginning. Have you guys ever seen All the Boys Love Mandy Lane?
No?
Of course.
Long time ago.
Very
I found a physical copy of it in London. I have a
What?
Did
copy
you?
of it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think I have like a Via Vision release.
It
of
might
it.
be the same. It's over. I
It's
don't
got
know. I'll
like
have to check.
it's got like a side entry slipcase.
I don't know. Let's compare afterwards. It's over
Chris-
there somewhere.
Chris is like, you know what? That's
Well,
the
we got
beauty
so
about
many
having.
remakes. The Hitcher was it? We got a remake of the Hitcher.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think mine's a little different, but that's nice.
Oh yeah, Via
But if you
Vision.
watch this,
It might be the same.
if you watch this and then you watch Texas Chainsaw the beginning, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's the same fucking guy. It looks exactly the same. It's the same style, same cinematography, same everything.
I mean, we got. I'm trying to think. We got My Bloody Valentine, Last House on the Left, all in that same time.
Yes. Silent Night was kind
What's
of
up,
a
Keith?
remake of
What's up,
Silent
buddy?
Night, Deadly Night.
House of Wax. It's third
Yeah.
remake.
House
Oh,
of
that
Wax,
one's
technically.
good. That one's
That's
good.
a funny one.
You got, I mean, a couple years earlier, you had like House on Haunted
Friday
Hill.
the 13th.
You know,
Yeah, like late 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho remake.
oh, the Gus Van Sant shot for shot one.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not talk about that one.
It's just like it's really interesting because Texas Chainsaw 03 almost feels like it feels kind of like prestigious. Like if you were to if Texas Chainsaw 03 came out today, you could kind of see like a Jordan Peele produced card ahead of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's actually good. That's a good call.
It really especially from 2003 till 2025, like it holds up so well to me. I mean, it felt like a modern movie still watching it, and I couldn't see anything there where I thought, oh man, this was clearly shot in the early 2000s. Obviously seeing like just a young Jessica Biel and stuff was the only thing that stood out to me, but if it wasn't for that, man, like with a fresh pair of eyes, I'd be like, shit, they just made this a few years ago.
Do you guys think that this maybe for the 03 remake a little bit more than the beginning, but do you guys think that these movies took some time to find an audience, like maybe like a deeper appreciation for these movies? Because I mean, I remember for a number of years you might hear about the 03 remake like here and there, but it's definitely not a film that I felt like was like, you know, like people were demanding to get a 4K of it, or you know, like some nice like boutique release for either of these films for that matter.
Well, they
Well,
had some nice
I don't think-
releases.
Yeah, I don't think the beginning did that well, but I could be wrong. I think the remake, I still have this DVD edition.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
one that turned into a chainsaw,
one.
right?
Yeah, and it's got like it came with like a tin cover. And here, yeah, it unfolds into
Dude,
wait
oh man,
for it.
Oh,
that
Look
is
at
so
that.
cool.
That's fucking cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say. Isn't that cool?
No, go for it, man.
dude,
Fuck it.
look at that.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
so one of
awesome.
the-
Look at all that
I-
chainsaw.
And there's like, I think there's like crime scene pictures. Hold on.
Yeah,
know if you
I
guys have this
think there is,
edition.
man.
You have the same one. Yeah, look at there's all these crime scene photos.
Oh,
That's cool.
That first one, the
That's
one that
like
you're
perfect.
holding closest to
This
the
one?
camera, that's the
Yeah,
one
let
that I
me-
always think about with this with the yes.
That's so cool.
Mm.
with the stains and
I haven't
everything.
looked through it. There's the hammer.
Oh man, the fingers,
the fingers. Yeah, I don't want to drop any.
dude.
Anyway,
that is so cool, man.
I mean, it's one of the best editions, I think, of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films.
I took those out of the DVD release in Goodwill, and I'd left everything else. I just took those out of it.
Dude, I thought you were saying you
pictures?
took the actual
Dude.
pictures. 'Cause I
Yeah,
know you're
no,
a
those
photographer.
pictures though, like I literally found that DVD in Goodwill, removed those photos, and put it in my Blu-ray.
That's sinister.
So someone out there, a movie collector, is heartbroken. They're watching this. They're like, "Wait a minute, mine doesn't have those."
You know,
pictures."
GC, you were asking the question, who's worse, the Hewitt family or Leatherface? I'm starting to think we got to throw Chris in the mix.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
think we're gonna have
Leatherface's
to-
mom, like mother, like son.
Oh no.
I mean, honestly, you know what?
Oh
like,
man,
you could
That's
go and
funny.
slaughter people and chainsaw them all you want, but I draw the line at physical media. All right?
Yeah, man. That poor collector's out there probably scouring eBay for those Polaroids.
Worst part is it didn't even fit in the case. It's just sitting on my shelf back there.
Yo,
Little,
Oh my gosh.
little nice tiny frames.
Yeah, it didn't fit.
dude.
There's also a great documentary for that movie, by the way.
This one.
The documentary
I
that's
can't
on
even
the
put it back
DVD,
together.
the Blu-ray into 4K is like an hour long. It's really good.
the dinner with Leatherface. Is that the one?
No. It's a making of documentary.
That
It's
is
on-
good though. I did have a chance to watch that recently. That was really good.
Damn, Chris, you've got some enemies now. Uh
One bad thing in my life.
oh.
That's
Guys,
all I've
take it
done.
easy. He didn't know. He was young.
Yes, as
and-
long it's not my copy, so I guess I'll let it
Man.
slide.
It didn't have the metal plate, so somebody
Oh,
already took that.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
So it's
somebody
two of
already-
you.
Yeah, there's one guy out there with the metal
Vultures.
plate looking for the pictures, and then there's me without the metal plate with the pictures looking for the metal
Oh.
plate.
I think it was Brian.
Monster.
It was Brian.
Maybe you'll be reunited one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So I want to ask you guys now, and I know Steven, you were talking about the comparison in the franchises, right? Like the rankings, and Chris, I know you guys were working on that together. I want to ask this for everybody here. Where do you guys feel like these two films sit in the overall Chainsaw franchise?
I mean, they're not, like I said earlier, I think after the beginning, there's a lot more misses and hits out of those movies. So the 03 remake, I mean, I would put that up there. The beginning, I don't know if I would, I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't think I would have it as high. But
I
that's,
think I
that's
spoiled
just
it in
me.
that intro.
Yeah, I'd put it up there too if I was ranking them. But go ahead. I know you guys are working on that.
Well, so far in my ranking, it's third.
Okay.
So I would put it there.
I don't really see it being. I mean, the beginning is better than Texas Chainsaw 3. It's better than Leatherface. It's better than Texas Chainsaw 3D. In the ranking of fourth, it's either going to be the Netflix Chainsaw or it's going to be
Oh God.
or it's going to be the beginning. It's going to be one of those. But I will say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is better than I remember it being. So I'm having a little bit of a qualm that I have to figure out before this weekend with that.
3 from 1990? Is that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. The Next Generation, we don't even talk about that one.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
I don't know. I think there's because I
Yeah.
remember those. I feel like both Texas Chainsaw 3 and then for both of those, I would always see them at the movie store. So like those cover
Mhm.
cover art's very iconic for me.
Texas
I def-
Chainsaw 3, Ken Foray
Yeah,
is in it, man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
yeah.
Yes.
It's a fun movie. More falls in
um,
line with like a straight up slasher.
Why did you say? Oh,
I was just I
Yes,
joined a
Steven.
watch party a couple years ago, part 3 with the director, and I believe he's passed since.
Oh no way!
But it was interesting to hear his take on how much they had to cut. And that's why it wasn't necessarily that they cut scenes, but they cut out, because each scene itself has a beginning and like
Yeah.
an arc, that they cut out sort of the end of each scene, and that's why it kind of has sort of a disjointed, choppy feel to it when you watch part 3.
I-
interesting.
I
I endlessly felt like every scene was like, when I was watching it yesterday, I was like, every scene feels like it's ending too fast.
Well, they were supposed to be longer, from what I recall. It was
Now,
interesting to hear his take on it.
is that footage out there? Like it's actually shot?
I mean, it's a couple years ago, but I'm pretty sure he said it was lost. Okay, it's
Oh.
gone.
Well, that period is so rough, man. Like that, like 88 into early 90s, they were just cutting everything, man. I mean, I just watched the commentary for Jason Goes to Manhattan, and
Yeah.
like the director's explanations of what was cut probably would have really changed how people saw that movie, because there was so much more gore, so many more effects,
And New Blood. Wasn't that one?
yeah, New Blood as well.
Yep.
Yeah, New Blood was like the start of kind of like the MPA really, really chopping, and then
Coming down. Yeah.
I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I got to talk to George Mihalka, who directed My Bloody Valentine, and he
Oh.
talked about how they had to keep cutting. And he's like, we were cutting out so much and it's just gone, because they were like little snippets of the original film. He's like,
Wait.
yeah, there's no way to capture that.
But didn't they restored some, right? If I
There is
recall-
some, but he
Okay.
spoke to how some of the footage is just lost.
I think there's like we talked about it in the episode. I think there was
They
3
found
minutes still
some
missing.
of it. Yeah, something like that, maybe.
There's one whole death
10
scene
minutes?
missing. It's when you see, well, I think it was 10 total minutes, and they restored 6 or
And they
7
got
of it.
some of it back. Okay.
The death
That sounds
scene
right.
of the couple that sneaks away. They sneak into that little foundry room where they get the double impalement.
Yeah.
That was a full death scene that was cut. That's lost and gone.
That's too bad.
Unfortunate. But at least we have the cut we do have. Could be worse.
It could be, could be worse. It could be, could be Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3.
Oh god.
You leave that movie out of this.
Well,
maybe they should have cut more from the next generation.
Oh, there we go.
Man.
Just cut out Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger altogether.
I haven't seen that in years. I'm afraid to rewatch it. Is it as bad as I remember?
It's just off the rails. It doesn't. I don't know. Like
it's the only one. I own it, but my Scream Factory disc won't play.
I own it too. Oh, is that a good or bad thing?
Probably a savior. I gotta find it on like Tubi to do it for the ranking.
I remember Renee Zellweger in like a prom dress running through the woods and screaming.
Yeah, I remember vaguely.
Of course.
It's been a long time.
And
then
isn't
I
the
remember,
little
like-
girl in part 7 in that? What's her name? I think it's the same little girl in Friday the 13th part 7.
Oh, that played young.
The little girl in the family, right? I could be wrong. I mean, I know she does like conventions now and does autographs.
Speaking of which, this is what I was going to ask you guys earlier. For the 03 remake, or even the beginning, does any of the cast, do they do any convention appearances?
Gosh.
I mean, Jessica Biel, I could understand not.
Yeah, is it Brett Butler? Is that his name? Brett Wagner.
For Leatherface,
Brett
right?
Wagner.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Andrew Briniarski, I think.
Yeah, Andrew Bernarski. Just want to say, yes, she is. She plays young Tina in Friday 13th Part 7.
Yeah, and what's her name?
Her name is
Gemma.
When you said that, I literally had just closed.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, I already got it up. It's
Gemma something.
Well, the actress's name is Jennifer Banco.
That's it, Banco. Okay, Jennifer Banco. Yeah, I know she does conventions, but that's unrelated. But Brett Wagner and the Leatherface guys do conventions.
Andrew Bernarski's big as fucking 03, dude. He's smaller in the beginning, but he gained 40 pounds for that role. He went from 260 to 300 to play Leatherface.
Wait, for which one?
For 03.
Oh, 03. Okay.
Did he lose weight for the beginning?
I imagine so, because it was like 3 years later, and he looks significantly smaller in the beginning.
Yeah, but he's still. I mean, dude, that dude's like big, man. Like when he stood next to them, I know the camera was at an angle, but shit, like that guy was big, man. And when he was carrying people around and stuff, it's like, dude, like how freaking big is this guy? Especially the way he was moving fast too. You don't expect that.
Yeah. Did anybody else think it was the funniest shit when he cut off
So nice.
when he cut off the dad's legs?
Yeah, that was
Gotta even it
hilarious.
Oh,
out.
the beginning.
Flop
Oh
it
my
out
god,
at the
yeah.
beginning.
Even make him even, right? He's like even him out.
Yeah, let's even him out. He's like, oh, no, he's like, well, we got to even it out now. And the way he says it so casually, it's like a normal thing
Yeah.
there. It's like, hey, you know what, let's just take it.
Like what?
And then he goes, Tommy's got to wrap it up, and then Leatherface puts like meat wrapping on.
Yeah,
Paper. Yeah.
dude, he looked like such a butcher. The way he did it so perfectly, just wrapping the string and everything. It's like tapping it. It's like, all right, you're good to go. He's like, next.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. Like the beginning is so much crueler of a movie. Like when he rips the girl out with the meat hook out of the tow truck. Even 03 too, in a way, because the one scene of violence in 03 I don't like is when he smacks what's his name in the face with the bottle.
We were talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's so brutal and unexpected.
And in the
Dude,
beginning, when he wraps the brother's head and then he opens it with the knife, and you can see that he like slices something open. Oh
yes,
dude.
Because it almost seems like he stabbed right through his neck, but I don't think he did.
He
But
cut his lip.
kind of
You do see the blood when he does that, like on his lip.
pulls the knife out. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it was by accident, like if it really did happen or not. But you could see a little bit of blood right there, like right where he sliced. But that movie's intense, man. I mean, that like certain scenes like that. I mean, I know with the 03 version, like where he's just casually making conversation about the girl's body. He's like, yeah, when I was younger, I cop a feel sometimes. And it was just, and he was nonchalant. He's like, oh, he's like, help me wrap the head. And then when they're trying to put her in the trunk, he's like, don't put that shit in and put her in the trunk or something. Put her in the back seat.
Oh, and they're carrying. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
His one-liners were iconic.
When he asked Morgan to do the enactment of the death, and he just keeps he just does everything wrong. He's like, there's no bullet hole under her chin. He's like, she didn't do it like that. Or even when he sits in the chair and he's like, now something's off here. He's like, because that blood splatter does not line up here. And he's like, maybe she was a little more center. And he's like, well then fucking move over.
Move over. Yes.
He just pushes the teeth and hair off the chair. She goes like this and just, dude. This scene too that Keith is talking about, man. Anything with fingernails like it freaks me out, man. Like when he
fingernails and teeth,
and fingers breaking get me like Splinter in that movie when that guy's fingers breaking backwards.
Oh man,
I'm just getting chills just thinking about it. It gets me.
What did you guys think of the opening ending for 03? Because it's cool that the original voice actor came back to do that. It's the same guy. Yeah, it's the same guy who did the prologue for the original.
Did he do the beginning as well?
I don't know if he did the beginning. I know he did. Michael Gingold's write-up in the little booklet mentions that he returned to do 03. But I really like the expansion on that, how it showed like, you know, the personnel room with the files. You got that cool shot of the chainsaw as evidence. I even don't hate the little ending or beginning and closing story of the cop that goes downstairs to like, you know what I mean? Like I think that stuff was a good like modern day version. You know what I mean? A good way to.
It's creepy. I think it's creepy and very effective. I mean, I definitely wouldn't go in that basement.
Especially the footage of Leatherface when you see his face.
Yeah.
Like at the very end, all like blurry and stuff. It's like shit.
Yeah. It was cool, man. I mean, I remember.
So who did the intro? The curly haired guy from the first?
No, it was the voice actor who did the opening of the original of 74, who did that reading, who read the
It's the same.
It's the same actor.
I thought it was John Larroquette. Is that not right?
You're right.
For the first one, right?
Yeah, so he came back for the 03, the beginning, and I believe he also did the 2022's Texas Chainsaw.
The Netflix one? I think that was one.
Oh, right? Cool. I had no idea.
Yeah. I didn't like though the narration. Like there was a part in the 03 where it almost made it sound kind of like a comedy. Like if you like he said something, he's like, oh, something about if the kids would have been done this, like if like they, unfortunately it would it ended up bad. Like he said it in a way where it almost sounded kind of comical,
Hmm.
that one sentence, and it took me out for a second because at first I was like, oh shit, this is like serious. Then he said it and I almost laughed. I was like, wait, is this like what kind of like spoof is this? But did I get
It's
the
like
wrong movie?
some dark comedy sprinkled in.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It really did. If you rewatch that part, you'll know which one I'm talking about. It definitely stands out.
It's
Did you
obviously
guys?
not Texas Chainsaw 2 level comedy.
Yeah.
Dude, wait! Before I say what I was going to say, I watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 yesterday. When the father says SCEX, sex, killed me, bro. Took me out. That's the best line in the whole movie. But he spells it SCEX before he.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Did you guys ever watch the deleted scenes for Texas Chainsaw 03?
No.
Oh,
seen 'em.
wait.
I think I may have.
Yes. Which
There,
one, what are you referring to, though?
there's
Yeah,
a
say more.
subplot of this movie that Jessica Biel's character is pregnant.
Yes, that's why she doesn't smoke, correct?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
so weird. I was telling my wife it's so strange because when her and her boyfriend are walking to the house, there's a deleted scene of her telling him that she's pregnant. They cut that out, but they kept all of the stuff in the beginning about her feeling nauseous and not smoking, and they reference how she wasn't drinking in Mexico. So they kept all that, but then they never did anything else with it and cut out that scene.
Because I think the first time I watched it, I think I mean, it was kind of went over my head.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to tell like I feel maybe they took it out too cuz it's just I don't know, man. I don't know if she just found out like she was like a month pregnant or like 2 weeks pregnant. I don't know what it is, but she did not look pregnant. Like she was running around
No.
there and it was just like there's no way that girl looks pregnant. I mean, I don't know.
With the
I'm
white
not an
tank
expert, but
top.
yeah, like it was like, yeah, no. They were like we're not going to convince anybody she's pregnant. Maybe the other one, but not her. Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
The other
Well,
one.
Well, I want to ask you guys with Leatherface, right? I mean, especially, I mean, you guys are more experienced with Texas Chainsaw Massacre than I am. Who do you guys feel with your expertise that he stacks up with the likes of like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, or like do you feel like he's in his own like element?
He's kind of.
He's
go
up
ahead.
there for me. He's up there for me. I would say top 5, top 10 horror villains.
So
I'd
if you
say
had to pick
top 5.
4, like I mean, if
Top
you had to
5.
pick 3 out of those 4, which ones would they be?
Oh, just 3? I would say Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy.
Okay.
I don't think
Chris
he would
is like,
make
damn.
top 3 for me.
That would be
I don't
like
know.
it'd be like right on the outside looking in if we're only picking 3.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe number 4.
What's most interesting to me is how I feel like I know the Texas Chainsaw Massacre has a lot of movies. It's got 9 movies, but I feel like it's less in the spotlight, yet there's just as much of it represented at Spirit of Halloween,
Yeah.
other places you go. So it almost feels like people like remember him better, like still yearn for Texas Chainsaw stuff, even though it's less talked about. Like I would even argue that Ghostface is more popular than
Oh, that's
I mean,
another
Art the
one.
Clown is
Yeah.
probably now more,
Mm.
you know, but still go to any horror place, you're gonna find something Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That what was reported, the Netflix movie did well. Like, you know what I mean? Like people watched it.
Yeah.
Uh
The Office references too when they're doing that CPR episode, and Dwight turns around and he has like the mask of the dummy on his face. So I mean, they reference that, which is funny.
yeah, I just feel like it has. How would you guys stack up? Probably a weird question because it's so much earlier, but how would you guys stack up the impact of Texas Chainsaw Massacre compared to Halloween and Friday the 13th? And because it came before all of that. You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
know, if you want to claim
Mhm.
that Halloween officially kicks off slasher, which then you can argue Black Christmas technically did,
Yeah.
but I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre held on a little bit stronger in people's memory
Mhm.
for the sheer experience of it the first time, however you experience. Because like Halloween, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, my first experience with them was great, and I loved it. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre stayed with me.
Hmm. More impactful.
Yeah, so it lived a little bit different. You know what I mean? It occupied a different space.
Chris, can I take that a step further? Okay,
Please.
because I think we had talked about this before. You go back to the movies that obviously had a lasting impact and kind of set the stage for everything that came after it. There's a case to obviously be made for Black Christmas, but between Halloween or Texas Chainsaw, what do you guys think is more impactful for you guys personally?
I, th- I think Texas Chainsaw for me, it's one of those. I feel like it's anything that's like based on a true story is always more impactful right off the bat, and especially something so crazy like that. Like obviously we know that a lot of stuff is exaggerated, but still, I mean, you compare it to like, okay, you have Michael Myers type character or something like that, and it compared to a family of crazy people in the middle of like the United States
Hmm.
just cannibalizing people. Like to me, that just stands out. And I think with Texas
Mhm.
Chainsaw, it's its own category just because it is based on true story. So it's always going to be scarier. And I think it had more of an impact compared to because Freddy, Jason, Michael is more entertaining, but then Texas Chainsaw, it's more like it's real in a sense. Like it's I don't know. It just definitely sticks with you more because you go on this rabbit hole. You're like, shit, this really happened. What else could
Hmm.
happen? Mm.
I feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was always lumped into the exploitation category for some reason, and it doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Nothing about that movie is exploitative and it only comes 4 years before Halloween. And what's crazy is both of these are low budget. Like if you look at Halloween and you look at Texas, both were extremely low budget, but from two very different sets of eyes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like John Carpenter, say what you will, you know, he makes fantastic movies, but the guy is not like he's not a fancy filmmaker. He's very by the
Mhm.
book, like, you know, establishing shot, medium shot, close up, and that works for him. What Toby Hooper and Daniel Pearl did with Texas Chainsaw Massacre was complete like mayhem. There was no rules. They were, you know, they had 40-foot dolly track that they utilized as much as they could, but even the shooting conditions were two totally different experiences. Halloween was almost like a full blown professional set for a low budget movie. Texas
Mhm.
Chainsaw Massacre 74. I mean, they shot the final 20 minutes of the movie 27 hours straight in a house that was 115 degrees.
I think
So
it embodies more of what the film represents. Whereas like and I would have to say that I feel like for Texas Chainsaw, at least that it the original just felt like an experience. It's something that I will never forget seeing it for the first time, and it stayed with me all these years. And that's not to take anything away from Halloween because I absolutely adore that movie, but I don't think it had the same level of impact that Texas Chainsaw did the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I think you experience the films differently. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is gritty, it's disturbing. Halloween is more of a campy slasher that's a fun watch. With the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I have to sort of get into a certain headspace, right, before I'm gonna watch it,
Hmm.
because it's not an easy watch even today. It's a disturbing film, it feels real. You feel like this could have happened to me and my friends, and I think
Yeah.
that's what's most shocking about it. Halloween, I mean, no one thinks Halloween is real, but it's so damn fun, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a fun film to watch,
I
and
think
it's my favorite film, so there you go.
I think too to audiences, Texas Chainsaw Massacre feels more like when are you ever in a van full of your friends driving through the middle of Texas? But Halloween was in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it had a different type of feel. You know what I mean? It's very, very
mhm,
suburban, well, Texas Chainsaw is extremely rural.
Yeah,
So
it's a road trip movie.
totally different. You know what I
Road
mean?
trip film. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think it just, like I said, it just takes up more space. Like that movie is intense, dude. There's not a single Halloween movie that, I mean, Rob Zombie's Halloween, but that's because that guy, everything that guy does is based on his love for exploitation films. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is an extension, I would have to say, off of Texas Chainsaw.
Mhm.
yeah,
Maybe other films on top of that, but I definitely feel like that's in his DNA as far as filmmaking.
yeah. It's. I never thought about it. Like even when we did Steve, when we did the 74 episode, we didn't even really get a chance to talk about um kind of like its legacy against other movies that came out at the time, because I feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out a little too early before the boom. You know, once Halloween hit and then Friday 13th, you have this explosion. I mean,
Mhm.
nobody talks about Black Christmas like they talk about Halloween or Friday 13th. Nobody talks about Texas Chainsaw Massacre like that. So I feel like it just missed it. Um, it's interesting. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a more impressive movie than Halloween is, but that's just my opinion. Aaron might think differently. I don't know.
I mean, I think they're different. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
compare them. But I hear you. I know what you mean.
What kind of, okay, so with the 03 remake, I mean, so would you guys say, obviously it didn't have like such a cultural impact the same way that the 74 film did, but how do you guys think that impacted film, especially within the horror genre, going forward after the remake was released? I mean, did that kind of set the stage for everything that we got after it?
Oh yeah. And absolutely, like that remake, I feel like it really just took off. And I mean, like I said, it's like it just paved the way for those remakes for like
Mhm.
Halloween, Friday 13th. I mean, dude, that movie was so like the 2003. I don't think anybody was expecting it to be like that, especially people that saw the original. And the amount of like cinema, like they took it so serious with the cinematography, with the everything
Yeah.
about it was just very prestigious and very just like, again, I mean, so many years later, and you watch that movie and it still holds up. It just feels like they released it like maybe 2, 3 years ago, at least to me. But it's
Mhm.
so well done, so many
It
levels.
Yeah, it's still just as good. I couldn't remember if it did well in the theater, and it did actually. It made
Mhm.
107 million worldwide against a budget of 9.5 million. But what
Wow.
I do remember is that when I saw it in the theater, it was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that made for an even better experience. It was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I? Okay, so I've been waiting for this entire conversation to get to this part. So
Yes.
the very end, when Leatherface loses one of his arms,
Mm.
creatively, do you agree with that choice? Because I feel like my thought process behind it was, if you guys were ever intending on trying to do follow-up sequels, if you opted to go in that direction, I don't know how that would have worked.
Well, that's
You know?
Michael Gingold's write up for the beginning that's in the Arrow release in the booklet talks about that, how Texas Chainsaw 03 did so well. They wanted to make a sequel, and pretty much everybody involved in 03 was like busy by the time they decided to do the sequel. Like the screenwriter was busy. They didn't even mention if they went back to Marcus Nispel or not, but um they talked about how they were like, well, we cut off his arm. Like in the original movie, what do we do from here? They're like, the only thing we can do is go backwards.
Yeah.
So they kind of shot themselves in the foot by
Mhm.
doing that. So it's kind of funny how that messed them up. Could you have done it? Yo, look, hey, maybe we could have had like an Ash Leatherface, and he would have
With the
Yeah.
chainsaw
put the
arm.
chainsaw
Yeah.
on his arm.
Right.
Or an arm
Put him-
transplant.
Put him in space, maybe.
Leatherface in space.
I'm down.
Cyborg arm.
I mean,
I'm
we
down
had,
with it.
we had Jason, we
Skynet.
had Leprechaun. I mean, let's do it.
Leatherface X.
Yeah,
That would be the next
Ooh,
movie, man.
That could be the 10th film. I
There
think
we
you're
go.
onto something.
studios, if you guys are watching this is
Oh, boy.
proprietary information here.
Yes.
Well, I think to your testament, GC, I think 03 holds up so well because Marcus Nispel literally directed thousands of music videos, like
Yeah.
and commercials. And then just with Daniel Pearl, like I think that was they were a little bit kind of I feel like ahead of their time with that movie. You know what I mean? It was just done so. I mean, Daniel Pearl's cinematography is different than the original, but it's gorgeous.
It was
Still,
immersive, man. Like it felt very immersive. Like you felt like you were in there
Oh,
with them
yeah.
at certain points.
yeah, it felt, and like it's funny because if you watch the beginning, I forget his name, the cinematographer who shot Texas Chainsaw at the beginning was an add-on by Jonathan Liebsman. He brought him on. It was the first full picture he ever shot, and you can see where he tries to kind of copy 03 because they went back and studied it. So you can kind of see sometimes where he's trying to directly, and you can see it's almost like pro versus amateur. And it's like the amateur's not bad, but like compared to Daniel Pearl, he just can't
Yeah.
can't do the same work. Like GC, that picture I sent you, every time you see the house at night, there's this beautiful backlight on it
Yeah.
and the fog, and it's just like it stands out so much, dude. It's really good. Even when Aaron, you might remember, I don't know if you paid this much attention to it, but right after the hitchhiker shoots herself, Jessica Alba's standing in the field and her boyfriend walks over to talk to him or to talk to her. And the camera's sort of down, like a medium shot going up at them. And it's gorgeous.
Yes.
Like the lighting on them.
fantastic.
You can still see the clouds in the sky because it's a nice open depth of field. Like even little shots like that, people just standing in a field are beautiful in 03.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Dude, it felt like a music video. Like it really did, especially, and again, like I mentioned this earlier, like almost every scene with Jessica Biel, I felt like they were highlighting her. And it felt like if you play music, if you play some like Motley Crue or something, or like Guns N' Roses, and you just cut to those scenes, it looks like a music video. Like when she's running out of nowhere and like she's standing there in the middle of the night and like the moonlight hitting her, and it's just, it felt so like you could just tell. It's like, wow, this guy's definitely, he's listening to some old school rock music videos because man, like it really stuck out.
Well, speaking of Jessica Biel, I want to ask you guys real quick. What is the better 03 film starring Jessica Biel? Texas Chainsaw or Blade Trinity? What's the
Definitely Texas Chainsaw for me.
Doesn't she have like the arrow? She shoots
Yeah.
the arrows and
I'm gonna have to go with Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but I don't know. I kind of like that Blade film.
I
haven't seen
enjoyed it. I
since
thought it was funny.
03, but it was, yeah, I don't know.
What a
Well-
run in 2003.
Well, you know, since we're talking about
Never
Jessica
to be
Biel-
repeated. Go ahead.
Yeah,
GC.
seriously. There was a lot of mistakes made that year.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like she was, I mean, and I'll say this personally, I thought that she was a phenomenal final girl. There were scenes where I was like, dude, like holy hell, like I did not expect this from her. But what do you guys feel as far as for like, was she a top tier final girl, or do you think she was just like, she did okay?
I thought she was solid. I mean that
Yeah, I think
sequence
so.
where she's like in the slaughterhouse. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it definitely in a different way kind of amps up the tension, and she definitely plays it up. And I thought when shit hit the fan, I mean, she definitely was very dialed in for her performance. So I don't know if I would put it up there like as, you know, a favorite final girl, but I thought she did a really great job in the role.
Well, now,
Yeah, agreed. Perfect role for her. She was perfectly cast in that.
what about you, Chris?
Yeah, she's good, man. I've always liked Jessica Biel, even in her Seventh Heaven days. But yeah, I mean, I think she's great. She's tough. You know what I mean? Like she's got some great moments. You know, yeah. Like she's no what's her name? I always forget her name. Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw 2, but
Oh
That
my
is
god,
true.
yes.
she
Yeah.
that is
Yes.
the Scream Queen in my opinion. But
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I did get to chat with her. I got to talk with her last year and I asked her about the screaming. And she said, screaming's easy. It's like, just take a break. But from an actor's perspective, it's easy just to open up and scream.
That's really
she
She's
is
great.
She non-stops in Texas too.
She did say they alternated days. So on one day it was like a screaming day. And then the next day they were going to do non-screaming days. So she could
fucking love
rest
that
her
movie.
voice a little bit. I do too. Yes.
Oh,
One of my
so
favorites.
Chris and I were talking, or weren't we talking about TCM2 where oh my god, Dennis Hopper, he goes to pick up the chainsaw.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite. My favorite part is the store owner practically having an orgasm behind him at like the pleasure of seeing him hit the chainsaw against the wood.
Can we?
Yeah, on the log. Yeah, yeah.
Can we
like
add a?
like he's going like nuts. man.
Yes. Hold on, we gotta
So we need
gotta show
zoom
that.
in for that.
Oh
For the,
yeah, I
for
got
the people at home.
guys.
Oh my
if you don't
gosh.
have a
It's the,
chainsaw like this, what are you even doing?
Aaron, did you get that when it was $300, $200, or $100?
I got it on sale. It
Okay.
was, I
Smart
believe,
man.
175.
Oh,
when I
okay.
got it.
Dude.
But it's pretty cool. It opens up, makes noise. I don't know if you guys have it.
It does?
It's got the
That's sick.
VHS. Nope, VHS over here. The
Oh man.
4K. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
Yeah, I'll
But
get
there's
that
like
one.
a little sound machine right here.
That is so
Hold
cool.
on. I
Here,
gotta
rev
peel
it
the
up
sticker off.
for everyone at home.
I wish I had a sound. I should have uploaded a sound effect.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's getting closer.
Oh no.
That's
Very
pretty
scary.
cool.
Yeah, no, it's a cool addition.
If we get super chats that come in, GC, you need to queue up that scene where the shop owner is basically like nutting.
You know what? That's gonna be one of them, man.
He's
Once,
chopping the log.
listen,
Please.
it's gonna be up to the
Oh my
watchers.
God.
And like, guys, if you're watching this and you're enjoying these episodes, make sure to subscribe, because that way, if you end up some random reason you want to send a super chat, we're gonna be throwing in some weird videos in here. So
Or the scene where like Leatherface, he's like thrusting with the chainsaw. I don't know why I crack up every time I see that.
I love the
Oh,
2000
yeah.
like the
The intimate
2006
Yeah.
where he keeps like caressing the guy's face. He's like, "Wow, you're so pretty," and he keeps like he'll walk away, kill someone, come back, check his mouth, check his face. He's like, "Okay, you're still pretty. You're
Oh my
okay." He's like,
God.
"Shh." It's like measuring his face.
Part two is a weird one, though. Whole like Three Stooges kind of moments at the end. One of my favorites. I love that. Film.
It's I don't know. It takes some wild swings. I think that's why I love it so much. Just ridiculous.
It's
Well,
almost like
It's so good.
it's almost like it like parodies the first movie in a way, but it doesn't. It like still respects it, but it just kind of. It's so funny, man, because like even in the opening minutes of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, when the music kicks in, you're like, oh, this isn't the same type of movie. Like,
Oh, not at all.
you're like, it's
The
not the same.
what is it?
Yeah.
Lefty, he's like underground one, like towards the end of the movie, he's screaming he's the Lord of the Harvest. I'm like, all right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And those two guys in the beginning on the car, that one guy with the crazy voice.
Oh, it's in guys.
That, I love
Just
that intro.
That's how 2003 and 06 were for me. They were like, it felt like two different movies from the very beginning. One of them was just like these college boys all horned up with the girls, and then 03 was like, okay, these people are generally going somewhere, and something's gonna happen.
Well, it's funny because my wife actually got them confused. So when I put on 03, my house, my apartment, I have this bad tendency of like watching, really crazy shit with the windows open, and I don't realize it. Don't mean to, but and I started 03, and my wife's like, we got to close the blinds. I'm like, there's nothing in this movie. Like, there's no nudity. And she's like, yeah, don't two people like, have sex at a hotel in the beginning? I'm like, that's the beginning. She's like, oh. I'm like,
You got a little bit of time.
yeah.
So I want to ask you guys something here, because, man, I mean, this is something that I've been curious about, because obviously we're talking about chainsaws. We were talking about Freddy, Jason, Michael earlier. If you were to put, let's say, Leatherface from 2003 against Jason, right? And let's say Jason
Which Jason?
from New York, Jason.
Okay.
Like against the fate to face off, who do you think would win?
I mean, I
Steven
would have to
wants
say
go.
I've given it a lot of thought leading up to this, but I'd have to say Jason though. I mean, I feel like he just keeps
Yeah.
coming back. You know, Leatherface. I'm sure you take enough blows to the head. I think you'd probably be able to take him down.
Because they're both big dudes, man. Like,
I'd say Jason. I mean, Jason comes back every time in some way, somehow. So he never
Or-
dies,
Or he body hops.
even in
true.
space.
Body
Or he
hops.
body hops.
Yeah,
And in space, he killed David Cronenberg. which
that's
is,
true.
you know.
So I don't think Leatherface has that on his resume.
I would
Okay.
like to see Jason versus Grandpa. Like that would be a good Grandpa
Grandpa's-
with the hammer. You know what I mean?
Grandpa for sure.
Man, he was quite the killer back in the day.
Yes.
Now,
You did wait. I don't mean to bring up Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 again, but you know, for years I
for
had
it.
no idea that the grandmom was still alive at the end when she rips the chainsaw out of her arms. You see her move.
Yeah.
She moves,
you're
and
right.
then Bill Moseley, Chop Top goes, "You killed her," and gets mad. She was alive, and then she died when she ripped the chain. She was covered in cobwebs.
It's all the blood.
I didn't remember. I got to rewatch it, man. It's been a long time.
Bro, you have to rewatch Texas Chainsaw 2.
Dude, It's
Yeah.
like I go back and I have to say during that time period, Return of the Living Dead and that movie in my mind are like perfect horror comedies. It's
And
endless rewatchability with those movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, GC, I highly recommend you go back and watch that movie.
There's a brief moment in Texas Chainsaw 2 when there's a recurring bit, GC, where Chop Top scratches his metal plate on his head with the hanger, and then he eats like little bits of the meat off. But there's a quick moment when he's at the dinner table and he's sitting next to a corpse, and he scratches his head and then scratches the corpse head with the
Oh,
same like
God.
little hanger, and then goes back and scratches his own. Such a great little.
so good.
I
Can't
love
make it
that,
up.
man. See, that's the funny thing about that. Like when you look at these horror movies from back in the day compared to now, it's like, man, like comparing like the first one or second one back then where he has a lot of comical moments, and it kind of gives you a moment of like you have that suspense, and then you have that moment of like, okay, that's kind of funny, but then it's like, okay, back to it. But then you have these new ones where it's like 2003, 2006, where it has a comedic effect, but it's so much darker and messed up, like the Sheriff, where he just said the funniest shit through both movies, but still, you still feel kind of like you feel bad laughing because it's so messed up. He's like, all right, let's wrap her up. And he's just calling them names and stuff. And dude.
That scene in the radio station where
Mm.
LG walks in, Chop Top's like, isn't he going through the records or something? He's like rummaging through the records. And then he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then Leatherface just comes in and just completely just like fucking launches him like halfway across the studio. I don't know why. We might as well just do a cinema rewind on Texas Chainsaw 2.
At this
We're gonna
point,
have to.
I like in Texas. I like in
You should.
03, when Mike Vogel's when they're back in the van, and he's like, "So that's what brains look like, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of like
Oh.
lasagna."
And they're like, are you serious?
He goes, "Okay, I'll shut up." He goes, "Okay, I'll shut up now."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Incredible.
it, they had those moments where I remember when like I'm telling you, like that scene where the sheriff, he's like, well, you know, when I was young, I used to cop a feel here and there. Not anymore, now that I'm older. But the way he just casually says it, and the guy just like looks at him and he's like, wait, what? And he just tells him something. He's like, I forgot what it was, but he said, I think he was asking him if he had that thought of doing that or something, or he was saying like it was okay when you're young. But dude, like it's so messed up, but in such a damn funny way. Like it's so creative.
There's also a moment when Andy and Aaron are in the Leatherface house, and the dad sees them, and remember he's banging on the floor,
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's going, "Bring it," and Mike Vogel goes, "Bring what? Bring what?"
He's like, bring it, boy.
Yeah, he's like, "Bring it." He's like,
oh my
"Bring what?"
god.
Dude,
Oh, that's fucking funny.
that uncle, man, that he was hilarious, man. Like, you would think that he'd lose some sense of humor after you losing both legs, but that guy was just funny as shit. Like, that guy was like a little pit bull, man.
When you see him do the little smile in the bathroom,
Yeah,
He's
when
trying to-
Yeah.
he's like
Yes.
grabbing her, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I need some help," and she's like, "You're not helping," and he's like, "Oh, hold on."
do you guys think
Uh,
Texas Chainsaw 03 is the best of the Platinum Dunes remakes?
damn it. I
Oh,
I go back and forth on that and Friday the 13th. I think it's both of those. Like Friday the 13th, I remember seeing it in theaters, so that's why that one.
Yeah.
I think I lean a little bit more towards that because I think it's like a easier watch. Like I could just sit down and watch that whenever. 03 for Texas Chainsaw, like I kind of have to be in the right mood to watch it. I guess if that makes sense. It's just I don't know. I think that Texas Chainsaw is a little bit more violent.
what do you think, Aaron?
I think I'd have to go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I do like the Friday the 13th remake, but my biggest complaint about that film was that they crammed like 4 movies into one.
Yeah,
That's
If
fair.
they have I would love a remake of the original Friday the 13th, which is still my favorite in the franchise with Mrs. Voorhees, and I don't know, Jason was my son. I don't know. I would love to see that. Maybe we'll get something like that with the TV show, but yet to be seen. Who knows?
Listen, I'm just gonna leave it at this. I don't know if you guys have watched Alien Earth, but that gives
That's
me a
so
little
good.
bit of that gives me a little bit of promise. I'm like, okay, maybe I could see how this potentially could work on a TV series. I don't know. I'm hoping.
They're shooting the show like an hour from me.
For Friday the
Oh,
13th,
Yeah.
Mama's
Ooh,
Boy.
Been
cool.
there. We went to Blairstown Diner's like 2 hours from us.
Yeah, the diner. Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
Have
if
you
I
gone to
come
any of
in,
the events that they have?
We
Sorry.
did, yeah. So before I started Beyond the Blood, I was part of a podcast called Tapehead Massacre, and we attended one of the Blairstown shows. We met Harry Manfredini and stuff. We went up there, and then I
cool.
ended up leaving with my wife, and my other 2 hosts went to they wouldn't let them in, but they got to the entrance of the camp. Before
Chris, if I come out your
Oh,
way,
that's awesome.
you have to take me to Blairstown Diner.
Yeah, dude, we can go. It's literally, I think. Hold on, let me, because that was
I
my original.
insist.
Chris,
Let's see how far it is.
I need you to wear a Camp Crystal Lake t-shirt and just go to the set and sit somewhere behind the scenes, and just hopefully they just put you in. They're like, oh yeah, he belongs here. He's wearing a shirt.
Blairstown Diner is an hour and 51-minute drive from me.
It's kind of
That's
fun.
it.
It's not. It's really not that far. It's just, and then the camp is like 5 minutes from the diner.
Chris, did I tell you about this? My one buddy told me he did the camp tour, and he got like the little vial of water that you get from Crystal Lake.
Mhm.
So he drank it because he wanted Crystal Lake running through his veins, and then immediately proceeded to throw up everywhere.
It was definitely running in other places. That's for sure.
I don't know why.
Oh my gosh.
Just ridiculous.
That's amazing.
Drinking
friend
water
sounds
doesn't get
fun.
it. It doesn't get it in your veins anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Jason-
I don't know. I was like, listen, I see you. I see where you were thinking, like where your head was at, and I can respect that. I'm just we'll leave it at that.
Dude,
I will say
Yeah,
though.
what if there's like flesh-eating bacteria in it? You
Yeah.
don't wanna
He's still
extreme
standing.
that.
I just saw him not too long ago, so I can report he's alive and well.
We when we met Harry Manfredini, he was selling the La La Land record expanded soundtracks for like
Okay.
1 through 4. I think at the time was what they had out.
Oh yeah, cool.
My wife and I always, so my wife loves the first Friday 13th. She thinks it's the best of the franchise. I love Friday 13th Part 2. So she wasn't there when I was getting them signed. So I had him sign the first movie to me and the second movie soundtrack to her. as a reminder to her that the second one is superior. I'm like, but that's the one you got your signature on.
That's incredible.
Yes.
And
Yeah, part 2 is good.
he didn't say he agreed. He did say, though, because I asked him, he did say that he was very, very, very fond of part 4, which is definitively my favorite Friday the 13th movie. So,
Mhm.
yeah, good man,
Mm,
Harry Manfredini.
Oh, good.
I want to meet him.
If I could one day score 8 movies, 7 movies, all with the same exact score, I would
Mhm.
consider myself a success.
He does. I mean, he does a number of convention appearances, doesn't he? Still.
Yeah, I think so. He's
Okay.
I think
a
so,
nice guy.
yeah. Yeah, I met
Yeah.
Sean Cunningham last year
Oh,
at a
God,
local
I'm so
con
jealous.
in Massachusetts. I did a picture with him. I had him sign the Friday the 13th poster, and it was weird. I think he wrote like "thank you," like Aaron, thank you, Sean Cunningham. Well, that's kind of odd, but still awesome.
Yeah.
You could
What is
sign
he
it. You're
thanking me
welcome,
for?
Aaron.
People are
You're
gonna wonder. They're
welcome.
like,
I could
they're like,
sign
did you
the
save his
bottom of
life?
it. What
Like,
he's
thank you
also
for the money.
he's very short. So when I was standing next to him, I'm not super tall. I'm like 5'11", but he
Oh
was
my
like, "Can you
God.
crouch?" He had me crouch down a little bit, so the height difference wasn't the same. I feel awful
That's
sharing that. It's like a behind
I
the scenes. So I
I
kind of
felt
bent
that
my
way
legs.
Oh, I'm dead.
when I met
Steven is
Jeffrey
red.
Combs. I
Oh
felt
my
that way,
God.
and I'm like
What was that?
5'11". I felt like a giant next to Jeffrey Combs. I felt
Oh
like a
yeah,
mammoth because
yeah.
I'm
Mhm,
5'11". I
mhm.
felt huge, and then when I didn't meet him. I was walking at a convention, and out of a side room came Tyler Mane,
Oh,
and he
he's
made me feel
huge.
like a little boy.
He
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just carries you off.
he was taller than,
Mhm.
I think he was tall. If I recall, he was taller than me. I'm 6'2", so he was. I remember telling him, I'm like, I'm not used to like looking up to people.
Yeah, well, to loop
Just
it
looking
to
down.
Andrew Bernarski is 6'5",
Oh my God,
who played this
Damn,
Leatherface.
that's
That's
so tall.
gigantic.
that's
Mhm.
crazy.
It
Dude,
freaks
when
me
he
out when somebody's taller than me because I'm also 6'2", and I'm always like, I'm pretty tall, so this is kind of weird. You
Yeah,
shouldn't be this tall.
yeah.
what do you guys think of
Who?
the slate? Maybe you already talked
Mhm.
about it, but to bring it back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what do you guys think of the slate change for the first kill? You know, of him going in that room and seeing the cartoon, and then he gets hit with the hammer, and then he gets dragged around the corner and into the room. I felt like it wasn't too far off the original as far as its effectiveness.
No, I think
I
it's
liked it.
just so hard to beat the original. That scene is just like when you
Mhm.
if you haven't seen the movie and first time watch, seeing the scene where he just looks up and like Leatherface is towering over him and then just wails him with what's the sledgehammer and just goes down. He's got like that twitch and
Oh
just
yeah.
drags him.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
it's so like
Yeah.
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Mm.
And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things I think O3 does right, but I don't know, it's just so hard to beat.
Yeah, I like
Mm.
Steve Jablonsky's score is really
Yeah,
good too for
that's what
this
we were
one.
talking about earlier.
Yeah, I missed
Dude,
all the
it's
good conversation.
it's an all around masterpiece, man. I think. Like for me, it's the beginning. I enjoyed it for what it is. Like that was cool. I would like that one. I don't mind. I was talking to Steven, not you, Steven, but the other Steven.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I was telling him that I was like, man, I don't mind keeping that one on Blu-ray, but the O3, that's like for me. I was like, man, that. I mean, I love photography. That's one of my big hobbies. So a lot of those shots, I was telling you, Chris, yesterday. I was like, man, like the house shot where they're just sitting out there on the porch at night and the house is being lit up from the back. Dude, that's something I would frame and put on my wall. Like it's just so aesthetically beautiful. Like the fog, like when
Mhm.
the sheriff is walking around the car and you
Yep.
see this light behind him and you see the fog in the air. Like it's incredible, man.
Yeah, it's very. There's an interview with Daniel Pearl, and he says that he was able to do a lot in 2003. He wasn't
Yeah.
able to do in 74, and I feel like that was kind of like one of those bullshit, like interview lines. Because I'm like, I'm happy you didn't do any of this in 74 because you shot that movie perfectly. Like it's just
Yeah.
fine as is. Like
Yeah.
you know, and there's a lot of cool stuff. Like even the shots in the woods, you know, where it's foggy and you have the light kind of beams coming through the trees. I like when movies people like I've always studied cinematography. That's if I was ever to like live another life where I broke into film, it would be probably in cinematography. And guys like Daniel Pearl, Greg Fraser, like
Mm-hmm.
Roger Deakins, these guys are titans of the cinematography, job. But there has to be a certain extent of I know people want like natural lighting, but natural lighting in a movie still has to be some sense of fantastical, whether it's adding fog to accent the light breaking through the trees or whatever. And everything in this movie feels incredibly intentional. Everything is lit so well, like, and not even well, but like with purpose. Like when you have the shot of when Leatherface turns after killing Pepper and the headlights are on him, and you just have that slow motion, it's lit perfectly. Like it shows just enough detail. Or when Leatherface removes his mask and you have the shot where you see his profile and the missing nose, and all that, like you see just enough. It's really, really thoughtful visuals. Like they really took the time to figure out how exactly to shoot it for the most impact. And I even think Friday 13th 09 is similar because it's Marcus Nispel, but
well, Daniel Pearl, wasn't he the cinematographer for that as well?
Was he?
For Friday the 13th.
I don't know. I mean, I know him and Marcus Nispel did a lot of work together. Yeah, Daniel Pearl. You're right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so same thing there.
Well, guys, now that we're rounding off to getting to the 2-hour mark, I did want to do something real quick with you, which something new I wanted to try, and it was actually kind of Aaron, like you inspired this when we did that interview together about the rapid fire questions. So I wanted to kind of
yeah, man.
Aaron's like, I don't remember that.
Yeah. it's been like 2 hours.
A little bit, but yeah.
No, yeah. So I had a few questions here, but I'm gonna round it off to like 5 questions. And yeah, I mean,
like the this or that questions.
Kind of like that. Like where it's like, do you guys prefer the 03 or the 06? Like which one's your
okay?
You can only pick one.
03.
Okay.
03 for sure.
It's unanimous. Excellent. Now, which horror movie remake from the 2000s did it better? You could pick one.
Compared.
How far into the 2000s can we go?
You're just talking about as a whole?
I would say between 2000 to 2000 and let's say 2005 to keep it simpler. Like within those 5 years, there's
not many, because I was going to say Evil Dead. 2013's Evil Dead is like the quintessential
really good
remake from to me. It's the only one that I would say is better than Texas Chainsaw 03.
And now, sorry, go ahead, Steven.
No, I was just gonna say that's tough because if it's within a decade apart from this film, then I think Evil Dead would just make the cut. But I'm very partial to, I would say, this the 03 remake, Friday the 13th, and then Evil Dead. If I had to pick some,
I'd probably say Evil Dead if I had to choose. If that's one of the options. I was going to ask if it was multiple choice. I was waiting.
No,
for the
that's the
we
thing.
We just forged our own options.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you know what? Like that's the thing too. I was like, it was pretty like a new little segment I wanted to try. So I didn't. There was so much I was cramming in there. I was like, man, I just realized I was like,
cool.
shit,
it's fun.
I forgot to put a list.
Would you guys
more?
Would you add Hills Have Eyes? Is that like up there?
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one.
I mean, I wouldn't say it hits quite the same highs as like maybe some of the movies we mentioned, but I think it's worth noting.
The Hills Have Eyes is really fucking good.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, it's awesome. I love the original too.
Mm-hmm.
If out of all the kills, and I'm just gonna narrow this one to the 2003 version, since everybody agreed That's the prime one. Which of the kills made you want to look away, if you at all wanted to? Like, which was the most brutal to you?
The laundry kill.
Oh, you said the laundry kill?
Yeah.
I think it's when I guess you can consider it part of a kill, but it's when Aaron attempts to pick up Andy off the hook and drops her back onto it.
Yeah, and then he's
What were
like,
you
"Just
doing,
kill
Aaron?"
me," or yeah,
That's pretty.
yeah, yeah.
pretty
I would
rough.
go with that too. I think, but when the girl shoots herself in the face in the beginning,
Oh God.
that's pretty shocking.
For me, what's right before a kill when he's being dragged, taken down the stairs and his fingernails break off. That made me like squint. Like I just kept watching but squinted. I was like, oh God, I need to keep looking, but it was horrifying. And then when he's like hanging there and you just like after the third time of him just keep getting more and more impaled by that hook. Dude, that was brutal, man. And then this question, and this is gonna be the final one, but and we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but with the backstory of the beginning, necessary or unnecessary? If you guys could go back and rewrite history, would you delete 06?
I would have maybe liked a continuation of what they did in 03. I think that I mean, it's all in hindsight, but I would have liked to have, if they didn't obviously make that creative choice for him to lose his arm in the 03 remake, I would have liked to have seen him come back for like future sequels or keeping that same creative team going forward. I don't know. Yeah, I think you guys know where I stand. I mean, I appreciate the prequel and it existing in this universe, but it feels more like a Leatherface like side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would keep it, if not just to keep the line. Jesus Christ, I just killed the whole goddamn police department in the franchise.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that's good.
That was top tier. He's
That's fantastic.
I think the beginning, like, it's such a weird prequel because it only benefits the 03 movie. It benefits nothing else. It's like it's just a prequel to 03. It doesn't, like, and I get that they're trying to pretend the original doesn't exist, but like it feels like it's like a month before the events of 03.
Yeah.
Not years. You know what I mean? Like it could have been like July 3rd in the beginning and then August.
A week before. Yeah.
You guys, okay, because it was Leatherface that came out a number of years later. Do you guys feel like that this is more like justifiable for this prequel compared to that one? Because I think that this one, if you're having to pick a prequel path to go down, I think this is better.
Yeah, I think so. It's more like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Leatherface was more like a character study than a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
I'll never forgive Leatherface for making me think that the guy who looked most like who would be Leatherface and thinking that he wasn't Leatherface.
Yes.
It's like funny if you might be able to, because the little skinny kid who they try to pay off as Leatherface, you could probably spin that movie that it was a prequel to the new Jason universe because he's built exactly like the new Jason Voorhees is in Sweet Revenge.
I just remember getting to the end of Leatherface and I was like, I've never felt so low as a Texas Chainsaw fan.
The problem is there's good stuff in Leatherface. Like I don't think Leatherface and like there's good stuff in it. That's the director. Those are the directors of Inside that directed that. A lot of people don't know that. You know the French movie Inside?
Yeah. Well, I like that movie, but
that's
I don't
them.
know.
That's those directors.
Weren't they supposed to do a Halloween movie?
I think they were.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. What could have been?
Well, I do want to piggyback off that question earlier. So would you guys feel that? Would you rather have a movie with Leatherface with one arm, or would you rather keep that prequel from 06?
One arm. I would have I'd like to know what they would have done with it.
Some Leatherface shenanigans with one arm.
Yeah. So many possibilities, right?
He's learned to redrive all over again.
Yeah.
Give me a hug.
He was a one-armed, two-eyed giant person people leader.
Yeah, I like where you're going.
Yeah, I like. I mean, I think. Do I think the one arm would handicap him enough? No, not with a chainsaw. I think
And
he'd
he
be
showed
fine.
it. He figured a way to turn it on, like at that scene at the end where she's driving off and he's standing on the side of the road with it on. So I mean, he did
Mm.
kind of figure it out.
Think of the opportunities. He takes other people's faces. Maybe he could have taken other
Take their
people's
arms.
arms
I'm
and
telling ya.
strapped on.
He
the
could have
new
become
hand.
like the creep. You know what I mean? He if he ate somebody's arm, it would grow back. You know what I mean? It could
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Mhm.
We'll
I
do
know,
the
just-
Netflix Texas Chainsaw sequel.
If we get an email
Leatherface
tomorrow,
X.
So like the
Leatherface X.
space play.
Copywritten material. If you guys want that, make sure to subscribe, and we might share the script with you guys. But guys, I think that's it, man. I mean, I think that's a wrap for episode 11 of Cinema Rewind. Unless you guys have anything else that you'd like to add in regards to the 03 and 06 beautiful 4K Arrow releases.
I'm just thankful we survived the Hewitt house.
Dude, that's funny. I actually wrote something similar. I was like, we chainsawed our way through like both films. So we even went further in time and went down to 74 and to the second one, and we avoided Matthew McConaughey at all costs. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that the Hewitt family still knows how to throw a good barbecue.
Don't eat the meat.
Yeah, don't eat the
Or
meat.
the chili.
Right. They throw the best dinner parties, right?
They do, man. They really do. They know how to cook some good food and make the audience squirm all at the same time. But guys, I want to give a big thank you, especially Steven, my co-host, Aaron. Dude, thank you so much for sticking with us, man. 2 hours. Chris coming on last minute. We got Leatherface's mom on here hanging out with us.
Oh, damn, man.
But no,
Yeah,
all
thank you so
seriousness,
much for having me. This has
Dude.
been fantastic.
It's a pleasure.
Love to do it
man.
again. Just let me know. This was fun.
Oh, absolutely, man. You're definitely coming on here. And Chris, we already have something planned. Guys, for you guys watching, Chris, Steven, Jordan, we've all talked about like some awesome stuff we're planning for Halloween. We can't say anything yet because big surprise, but we have some stuff in the works. I do
Cool.
want to go around and I want obviously highlight you guys, and I'll start with Steven, work our way down. But go ahead, and I'm gonna shine the spotlight on you and let everybody know what you're working on, where to find you, all the good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, you can find me at After Hours Video. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And then obviously a co-host on Beyond the Blood podcast as well with Chris. Recently put out our Texas Chainsaw Massacre episode, which you guys can check out on all streaming platforms. And we've got lots of exciting stuff in the works coming up here.
Oh yeah. What about you, Aaron? What you got for us?
Let's see. You can find me on YouTube. I'm the co-host of A&B Horror Movies. On Instagram, A&B Horror Movies. And my personal physical media page is Aaron's Movies 8587. And that's how you can get in touch with me.
Nice. And guys, I went ahead and put the little link, right? The barcode there. So you could just highlight that and it'll take you straight to the Instagram.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah,
Cool.
Chris, go on. I don't have a barcode for you, unfortunately, buddy,
That's
because it was
okay.
so last minute, but everybody knows you. You're a
Um,
sensation online.
I go by Bearded Film Guy on Instagram and YouTube. But more important than any of that, co-host Beyond the Blood podcast with Steve. Please, we launched off season 2 by interviewing Philip Escott from Second Sight Films, and then we just last week released our episode on Texas Chainsaw 74. We dissected the audio commentary from the 1996 Laserdisc with Daniel Pearl, Toby Hooper, and Gunnar Hansen. And coming on Monday is going to be our Texas Chainsaw Massacre ranking to round out August before we step foot into the world of the Devil's Rejects. So please check out Beyond the Blood. And yeah, thank you for inviting me on, man. GC texted me and he's like, "Don't tell anybody," and then he just sent me a link. I'm like, "I'll be there. I'll be there."
Man,
love
I
that.
just I was very excited because I usually try to keep these episodes usually like at 4 people. unless we're doing like a big round table. And then obviously Jordan couldn't make it, and I was like, dude, like obviously I would have had you on here in a heartbeat, just because, dude, like literally every day you've been posting Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. Then you
It's
had the
been great.
podcast episode, and I even told Steven, I was like, dude, this is a perfect opportunity to go hand in hand, where it's like, I mean, obviously, like, be able to promote the episode, hang out. You know, you just freshly finished watching the 4Ks. Aaron just finished watching them as well. Me and Steven are still in Blu-rays, but you know, we made do.
VHSs.
You're VHS. I see Steven there, VHS. I'm here with the Blu-ray.
Listen, by any means necessary, I'll watch Texas Chainsaw.
I mean, all month long. Like, to me, August is Texas Chainsaw month, so
Yeah.
expect more and more. I mean, it's not going to end. We still got what, 11 days?
Oh yeah, it's just brace yourselves.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, somebody else I want to thank too, and they're kind of our sponsor. I just partnered with them recently. If you guys saw one of my videos on YouTube that I've recently put out this week, I wanted to go ahead and highlight real quick Valoria Video.
Hell yeah.
They've been amazing, super cool people, and they just actually restocked, I believe today, the 03 and 06 4Ks from Arrow. So if you're looking for that, I have a barcode here. It'll take you directly to their site. If not, valoriavideo.com. I have code FACETheMovies10. You get 10% off your order. So if you enjoyed this video and you're curious about the movies, you don't have them yet, go ahead and pick them up. That's the best way to support the channel, along with obviously subscribing, following, and I mean, guys interacting in the chat. I mean, thank you so much, especially some regulars that we have on here. I want to thank Ellie, Cortez, Alexander. I mean, Keith, High Volume Video. He's one of our buddies, and I mean, honestly, these episodes, we wouldn't be doing them if you guys didn't come on and comment, hang out with us, and again, share all this stuff all over social media.
So much fun.
And yeah, and I do agree, Alexander. It was such an awesome, fun night.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
Cool.
And
yeah, thank you.
You're correct. These guys are freaking awesome. But
GT,
again,
you're freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I'm just
Absolutely.
just trying to learning from the best. You know, just trying to just carve my little corner over here. But with that being said, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, you know, you go ahead, Face the Movies. You can find me on Instagram as well. I do have a podcast, Friday Night Fright Night. I'm actually working right now I'm recording an episode tomorrow to hopefully release this Friday, but I'm working on releasing an episode every week. So we'll see how that goes. I'll do my absolute best. And then for next week's Cinema Rewind, next Tuesday, we're actually doing the first Conjuring to celebrate the final Conjuring Last Rite, if I'm not mistaken. That's coming out soon. So keep an eye out for that. And
the 4K is coming out too.
And the 4K. So we've got that to look forward to. But yeah, guys, until then, never stop the tape and always be kind and rewind. But most importantly, don't pick up hitchhikers in the middle of some Texas highway where there's nobody around, or stop at some weird abandoned house.
Right.
But yeah, guys, we'll see you on the next one. And again, thanks for watching.